Hello, hello, hello. Already? Already. Fine. This is gonna be interesting. Welcome back, y'all. It's time for more of this game. Game that we have been playing and will continue to play. Maybe we'll finally finish the second case today. My brain is getting fried already, despite how easy this should be. It feels deceptively easy, this word ban. Indeed it is. We're at the end. We're so close. But it is still the second. Here we are again. Let's hope we can find something this time that will finally reveal the truth behind it all. Although that might be easier said than done. There's nothing left to investigate. The judge's deduction yesterday. There's another possibility. One you seem to have overlooked. The well in the yard. Could a body not have entered the tunnel from there? In summary, the body must have been thrown down the well and moved to the workshop. At some point during the show. Tell me, who could have done that but the defendant, the suspect? Had the body really been thrown down the well? Answer that question will surely show us the way forward. But before we get in, I should tidy up a bit. Unnecessary evidence removed. Remaining evidence rearranged. Let's see here. There's a cover on it. Dried up well, slap bang in the middle of a prison. Figures it'd be locked. Well, luckily I'm a master lockpicker. Want me to do my stuff? I think not. We'll do this investigation by the book. Come on, don't be such a stick in the mud. Whoa! What is it, Kay? Lock's broken, and from the looks of it, it's been broken for a long time. If that's the case, then anyone could have thrown the body down the well. The judge's theory was that the suspect carried out murder here in the yard. When? What word? I didn't say that. Oh shit, did I? Fuck. I knew it was deceptively easy. Ow. Damn. Like, I was doing so well with every other name. And then Kay just was so casual, just threw me off guard. Ow. Thanks, Fluffy. Judge Gavel's theory was that Mr. Saint carried out the murder here in the yard. And then, during the performance, he threw the body down the well. But wasn't the well, like, in plain view of fucking everybody the whole time? What are you thinking, Mazzarino? Plausible or no? Oh, why don't we see if Missile can help us out again? He'll be able to tell Mr. Knight's body was here and which way it went. Good idea. I'll call Detective Gumshoe. Gumshoe speaking! Detective, I need your assistance. Come to the prison yard and bring Missile with you. You bet, sir! Gumshoe, 7 secret weapons to the rescue again, huh? I'm fairly sure Missile belongs to the precinct. I'd also like you to bring one of our witnesses. We call the Berry Big Circus and ask Miss Regina Berry to come down here with you. Yes, sir! I'll be there before you know it. So, what should we do while we're waiting for Gummy? How about a quick game of hide and go seek? Fun idea, kiddo, but where exactly would we hide? He's not seriously considering it. Your game can wait, Kate. We need to call on one of your more practical skills. I think you know the one. Oh, you bet I do. One crime scene recreation coming right up. Say what now? Let me show you. Introducing a great thief's great secret weapon, Little Thief. Again, because I feel like this well is just gonna be... Whoa! Screens appearing from thin air? This is some next level tech, little sis. Well, talk me through the deets. What are you doing now? I'm inputting everything we need for the simulation. Allow me to explain. This is Mr. Thief. It's a device that can recreate crime scenes at specific moments in time based on the data you feed it. How about I start us off with a recreation of what the yard looked like yesterday? Good idea. That was when they were in the middle of tearing down the stage. They didn't pay much attention to the well then. Who knows? We may have overlooked something. Leave it to me. I'll use the photo I took. Beepity beep boop bop. That's all the data. Just gotta pump the projection power to max and... Dark skies of evening, when no other bird dares take wing, one alone remains all-seeing. Now witness the true power of a real modern-day Robin Hood. Okay, maybe it's not quite in clear view, but it's in pretty damn clear view. It's kind of hard to miss. What is this? It's next level to us. That's, you know, you're not wrong. That should be... It's a recreation of how things were yesterday, modeled on the data I gave Little Thief. To be fair, this is still uber level to us, too. We don't have this kind of holographic projection technology.
Bark.
Bark. Let me just look over it, Biscuit. The gadget was a tool used by the original Yatagarasu, but they used it to plan robberies. No, there's no harm in using it for something on the right side of the law now. Oh, but keep in mind that can only recreate what you tell it to.
Bark.
It can't simulate things it doesn't have data for. And if the data itself contains mistakes, then you'll wind up with those same mistakes in the recreation too. More barking. This particular recreation is based on case photo, so we shouldn't run into any problems. That's enough preamble. Shall we get started?
Bark.
We're doing a lot of barking. What's wrong? Don't forget, you can examine stuff, just like in real life. Also present evidence trying to clear up any inconsistencies. Thank you for the reminder. Now let's take a look at that well. We should examine this area carefully. There's a 30-pound weight here. It's a metal weight of some kind. It looks like it weighs... The projection makes it a little tricky to read. Do you remember how heavy it was, Kay? I mean, the projection says 30 pounds. Sure, it was 30 pounds. Why does anyone need such a heavy weight for anyway? It doesn't seem related to the circus show at any rate. There's a sturdy-looking hemp rope lying on the ground. Kinda reminds me of the ropes we used for playing tug-of-war in school. The answer is no, Kay. What? I didn't even say anything! Yet. I see it also has a metal stake attached to one end. Oh yeah, it looks like something you used to put up a tent. But there was no tent, was there? In which case, what was it used for?
Bark.
What are a bunch of pulleys doing here? Bark, 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 bark. There don't seem to be well pulleys for lifting buckets. Something of interest here. The well was behind the stage, which means there are many people could have thrown Knight's body down it during the show. It's looking worse and worse for Mr. Saint. So, what do you think all the stuff around the well was used for? I can't see any of the animals needing them for their part in the performance. Indeed, nothing immediately strikes me as a likely purpose. I'll have to ask Miss Barry later. I don't believe we have any that much notes. No, okay. We'll keep looking. Yes, this is where the circus show stage stood. Do you think people would be interested in a great evening show? I'm sure the police would be very eager to attend.
Bark.
Bark, 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 bark. What was the name of our trunk-capped friend again? Isaiah the Asian Elephant. Of course, how could I forget? Not exactly inspired, though, is it? Was Miss Barry having an off day when she came up with it? Oh my gosh, Mr. Edgeworth, not in front of the poor elephant herself. I suspect that's about all there is to find for now. Detective Gumshoe should be here soon, too. Okay, you can power down Mr. Thief now. Sure thing! Prepare to return to normality. Don't ask how it works, because even I don't know. Investigation complete. Sorry, sir! I came as quick as I could! Speak of the devil! Ah, detective. That was indeed impressively quick. You know me, sir! Never did like to keep you waiting. But Missile's in like a weird, grouchy mood. Look at him growling right there. Thanks for coming all this way too, Regina. No problem. That seemed way more fun than rehearsal, so I ditched them for the day. That's very much appreciated. Alright, Detective, let's get started with Missile. Yes, sir! Hey, Missile! Over here, boy! What's the matter? Come on, boy, come on! What's wrong with him? Looks like he's scared of something, sir. Oh, the alligator. Alligator! Guess he's not a fan, sir. Well, I doubt he'll be of much help to us like this. Any other bright idea, Mazzarino? Yes, actually. Miss Barberry, would you mind lending us a hand? Oh, we'd love to! Just tell me what you need. Do you want me to teach Allie some tricks? I don't doubt she could do it, but nothing quite like that. I'd something like an account of what the yard looked like during the show. I like where this is going. You're thinking of using Little Thief again, am I right? If you'd be so kind. We don't know if it might be connected to something bigger.
Bark.
Bark, 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 bark. Okay, I've plugged in all the data. Firing up the simulation again. I didn't even have to, oh wait. Here you go. This was what the yard was like during the show. The time in which the body was reported to have been thrown down the well. Oh wow, this is so amazing. It's like magic. Oh, it won't stop it from crawling out, but what if it doesn't want to? Like, it's not there. Like, the animals are free to move around as much as they want. They're not in prison. The alligator just likes being there. It's just a chill dude. No magic here, just sweet, sweet data. Which is why... The area behind the stage is missing. Yeah, Regina said she wasn't involved in getting the stage set up, so we don't have any data on what it was like back there. No data, no simulation, huh? Brutal. I'm so sorry, you guys. It's all because I let Simeon do everything by himself. Oh, no. It's all my frilly associate's fault. Objection, Fender. Anyway, we've got a fresh simulation now, but we still have the other data too. I can switch back whenever you want to the recreation of them taking down the stage, so we can examine the scenes both during and after the show, and switch between the two at will. I can switch between them by using X to talk with K. Now, let's continue our investigation, shall we? A story of forbidden love between a tiger and an elephant. I wish I could have seen it. Wish I could have seen Simeon up there on that stage too. Oh, he was wonderful, the way he flew off that stage. Oh yes, that scene. This victory is depicted in a very unique manner, whereby the villain sent flying from the stage. Having been ejected from the stage in this manner, the villain no longer appears in the performance. You're saying the crime took place during that time? Roughly how long would you say Mr. Saint was off stage for, Miss Berry? Let's see, I guess it was around 15 minutes? Just as Judge Gavelle said. Isn't it pretty hairy health and safety-wise having an elephant fling a guy off the stage? Not at all. Isaiah's very gentle. I'm not sure it changes much if she flings him gently or roughly. Too gentle, in fact. When we first rehearsed it, she barely nudged him. But by the end, he was flying off that stage. Not because of Isaiah, though. Simeon had figured out some kind of trick, apparently. Isn't that amazing? Oh, that's what the pulley was for. It was for the throw. A trick? Do you have any idea what kind of trick? Who, me? Oh no, it was Simeon's big thing. I don't know where to start. I know what it was. Hold on. Mr. Saint's big moment. I'm around the well. Let's go. Connect the dots. The trick Mr. Saint performed for his big scene could have something to do with all the items we found by the well. Okay, I'd like to have another look at the equipment around the well from yesterday. Can you have Mr. Thief bring up the recreation from when they were tearing down the stage? You got it! And it's Lil Thief, not Mr. Thief. Get it right, Edgeworth. Taking another look at these items, could they not have been used for this trick of Mr. Saint's? Sounds plausible enough. Hey, I could maybe add it to the simulation. Good idea. Please go and ask Mr. Saint for the details. Roger that. I'll be right back. Gone. And back again. I'm back, and he told me exactly how he did it. Excellent. Well, how does it work? He said he used the pulley at the top of the well to spin the heavy weight from a rope, and lowered that down into the well. The other end of the rope went through 2 more pulleys, and was tied around his body. I see. So he used the downward pull of the weight to help him launch himself into the air. But how did he make sure the weight only dropped when he wanted it to? He used a stake to stop it, that's how. Miss Berry didn't seem to know anything about the trick or the contraption he built for it. In which case, I suppose it must have been Mr. Saint himself who pulled out the stake. That's right, and to do that, he used a second length of rope. He tied it to the stake, and then when he gave it a sharp tug, the stake was released and the weight dropped down the well. It's a great trick. I have to steal it. This one has to go in the Great Thief's repertoire. It may not be quite that easy. All these kinds of circus tricks can require years of practice to master. Simply stealing the idea won't be enough. Alright, practice it is then. Well, before you are on our way to do so, would you mind updating the simulation? Oh, right, if we can see how it all worked for ourselves. Okay, I'm switching back to the recreation of the performance. And now, to add in the data, Lil Thief should be able to reproduce the trick now. So this is how Mr. Saint performed his trick. Simeon's full of surprises, huh? I mean, dropping a weight down a well to help him fly off the stage like that? That's genius! Indeed, but I imagine he would have needed quite a lot of weight. More than him, at the very least. It would have taken some serious pull to lift him into the air like that. That is a bit of... yeah, and probably a ton of practice. Curiouser and curious. Let's see here. But the 30-pound weight isn't enough for the pulling force. Oh, 100%. Wait, doesn't this seem odd to you? No? You haven't noticed, Detective. There's something strange about the weight we found. The one weight on its own wouldn't be heavy enough. A single 30-pound weight couldn't have lifted Mr. Saint off the ground. Oh yeah! In which case, could there perhaps be some weights missing? Sounds like a job for my 7 secret weapons, sir! Should they need to use the Mirage? I suppose I should speak with him then. It's one heavy weight. Kinda makes you think how much this all must be weighing on Simeon. It does. Not sure I'll quite see it myself. Oh, too bad we don't have the real thing here. Otherwise, I'd hang it around your neck like a big ol' albatross. Then we'll see how you like it. You'd face some stiff resistance if you tried, I can promise you that. Mr. Saint used the well to construct a contraption that would send him flying from the stage. He made clever use of 2 ropes. But I guess he would have saw that it wasn't locked. This tarp, it's just like the one we saw in the workshop. This tarp, it's just like the one we saw in the workshop. Yes, but why is it here? But why is it here? Are you okay, Mr. Edgeworth? You've gone kind of blank. And I intend to stay blank until you stop stealing my thoughts. Is he the killer? I don't know if we can arrest Sephiroth. That seems difficult to do. Hi, my beast. Is there something I missed over here? Oh, I don't believe there's any more to be found here. Never mind. We're good. You there. Ah! Okay, I'll hydrate. And I am postured. Don't say a word, sir. I know just what you're looking for. It's written all over your face. It is. Mr. may be temporarily out of action, but my fishing rod is good to go whenever you need it. Oh, and if you want to give the metal detector a shot, I have that too. Okay. Hold on. I gotta do a quick pretend I'm spinning around really fast, and then like there's all these lights and beautiful stuff, and then boom! Transformation sequence complete. I've never seen him so excited. I'll be sure to get to know if I ever need either of them. No. Can I? Can we use the metal detector to find the rest of the weight? Hooray! Detective, I have need of one of your secret weapons. Roger that! The metal detector, if you would be so kind. Ah, jeez. I'm never gonna get to use my fishing rod. So before we get started, let me run you through it. Simple enough. Use the sound. And this gauge to tell you how close you are to something made of metal. Closer you get, the more strongly it'll react. When it starts going wild like this, just give me the order to examine the spot where I'm standing. Say, what do we got here? Oh, the fence. Anyway, that's how it all works. You tell me where you want me to look, sir, and I'll get right on it. Sir, I'm picking up something over here. Let's take a little look-see. Huh? Find these little guys in the grass. Oh, the same as the weight we found by the well. They must be from Mr. Saint's trick. Did someone hide these here on purpose? I think I know what happened, sir. And how would you know what happened? Well, you see, if the weights were actually over here, then what was on the other end of the rope? Well, that is a good question. I think someone tied the body to it, replacing the metal weight. What are you talking about? Someone did a nice big old framing of Mr. Saint. How are you getting such a good idea? What's a good idea, sir? Never mind. Oh wow, look at the shit we found in the grass! I count 4 altogether, sir. That's a total of 120 pounds. 150 if we include the one by the well. I think it'd be more than heavy enough to send him flying. So somebody hid several of the same weights as the one by the well. But why? And why over here? Also, wow, we found that real fast. We really only needed it for like 2 fucking seconds. Kind of amazing. Didn't even get to search the rest of the yard. Nice work, me. Ah! Alligator! I think nearly gave me a heart attack. Huh? What's the matter, detective? It's the metal detector, sir. It's reacting to the alligator. What? How? You're sure it's not responding to the weights we just found? No, sir. I'm sure this is something different. And the only way I remember how to tell apart an alligator and a crocodile is the teeth. But because like, and this one's mouth is slightly open, so I can't tell. Oh, bye, Allie. And she's gone. Ha! We scared that big snapper good. I don't think that's it, Kay. Huh? Then what is it? Allie hasn't been herself lately. That's the name. Allie, the warden's favorite pet. Crocs have pointed, gators have blunt. Ah. She wouldn't even look at the food warden the guard brought her yesterday. She was acting as if, I don't know, as if maybe she'd eaten something that didn't agree with her. Maybe the metal detector responding to whatever she ate, sir. Oh no, what if she ate one of the weights? I hardly doubt that even an alligator could swallow a 30-pound lump of iron. So what did the metal detector actually pick up? A key, perhaps? And why would someone hide those weights? Perhaps I missed something when I looked at the equipment by the well. Okay, could you recreate the scene again? Coming right up. I'll scour the scene and inspect anything that I can. Oh wait, we need to do something. Okay, hold on. Let me also look around. We only have Isaiah the elephant. Okay, and what do we have in our evidence? We're missing a rope. There's a rope missing. Excuse me? Could this be related to the evidence? Yes, we're missing a rope. It's this one.
Eureka!
Okay, I know which one it wants to be then. If a snake has a square, blocky, boxy snout, a constrictor, and that's safe. Until it constricts around your neck. But otherwise, it's fine. If it's a real big constrictor, you might have a problem, but at least it won't bite you.
Eureka!
Think about the two recreations, the one during the performance and the one we're looking at right now. There's a major difference between the two, and namely that one of the ropes is missing. Oh yeah! Mr. Saint's trick wouldn't work with only the items we see before us. So what happened? Where did the missing rope go? I think one of the pieces of evidence we'd collected, I already figured this out!
Take that!
This rope was found beside Knight's body. Oh wait, you mean... Yes, it must have been the other rope using Mr. Saint's trick. So you're saying, yes, that this rope did indeed have a weight attached to it. But it wasn't any of the iron weights we found. Those were hidden in the bushes and replaced with something else. I mean, yeah. But if something's fast enough and strong enough, you don't have a choice in the matter. What was it, Mr. Edgeworth? Come on, I'm dying here. Think about what the rope we found in the workshop was related to. Do that, and you'll soon figure out the answer. The weight dropped down the well and placed the iron weights was...
Take that!
It can only have been Knight's body that was dropped on the well. What? Mr. Knight's body was the weight? Yeah, somebody first swapped out the weights used for Mr. Saint's trick, and then Mr. Saint used the contraption to make his exit from the stage. When he let the rope around his body loose, both the rope and Knight's body fell to the bottom of the well. And that rope was never used to restrain Knight. It was used to suspend his body halfway down the well. From this, we can easily see why most of the weights were hidden, so that no one would realize they'd been replaced with the body! I mean, that's true, you gotta wear a bow properly. Precisely, we can then further deduce that they were hidden by the killer. Whoa there, gang. Wasn't poor old Bronco stabbed in the neck? Wouldn't there be blood everywhere, including down the well? Oh, the killer thought of that, which is why they used this. What did the killer use to stop the blood? The tarp, obviously. But this tarp was found with the body. I think it's likely that Knight's corpse was wrapped in it. Oh, another piece of the puzzle falls into place. It's all come together now. Love it. But all we're doing is proving that the body did go down the well, which means we're helping to prove that Simeon was the killer. No, not quite. But what about what Judge Cavell said yesterday? Ah, but if Mr. Saint just truly is the killer, why would he need to go to such lengths to commit his crime? That's true. A Knight's body found on the well when Mr. Saint used his contraption during the show. Therefore, it reveals nothing about where the real killer actually was or what they were doing at the time. It's only designed to throw suspicion onto those who were not at the show. Yeah, I guess we did suspect Mr. Canis right away, huh? That was the killer's goal, to make us think that the crime took place during the show. In other words, they used the well contraption to construct an alibi. Miss Barry, when exactly did Mr. Saint put his contraption together? It would have been the day before the show. The night before, actually. Yes, we started getting ready for the show at around 9 p.m. And I think we finished it around midnight. In which case, the killer must have switched the weights out for the body after that point. How metal would it be to have a snake as a hairband, like a living one, like you're friends with? Did Canis know about the contraption? Even if he did, he wouldn't have been able to do much with it. And I highly doubt that he told his dog to spin bodies halfway down wells. Which means Canis isn't the killer. What else do we have? We only have Isaiah and a body used as a weight, which don't necessarily go together. Yes, this is where the... Do you think people would be interested? Nope. A wicker basket, or rather a cart, given the wheels. Hey, wouldn't it be fun to hop in and race down a hill? Ooh, you know what else could be fun? Racing down a hill on office chairs. Where did any of that come from? Also, we've already heard all this. Oh, we already did this. The door appears to be locked. Want me to open it? Can't guarantee anything, but I'll certainly give it a try. No, if we deem it necessary, we'll simply ask for the key. Spoil sport. Free to shine somewhere else, but you won't make an audience out of me. We might need to go back to the other sequence. Or the other show. So, do you come to visit the prison often, Regina? I sure do. I have so many little friends here. It's wonderful. And they're all such sweeties. The old faces and the new. I made a new friend only yesterday. Ellie is just the cutest. Cute? That full-grown alligator looking in the depths of the pond. Are you sure about that? Can't help worrying you can just walk up and then chomp, you know? Oh, don't be silly. She'd never do anything like that. Especially since she's not doing great. Heard she hasn't been herself since yesterday. I'm so worried about her. You guys are worried too, right? Right? Yeah, totally. Super worried, right, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, super. Don't rope me into this. That's as bad as it looks, sir. Poor old guy scared out of his skin. I hope to have him track that scent again, but that clearly isn't in the cards now. I think I've cracked the case, sir. What if the killer was an invisible man? Go on. Well, the weapon came out of nowhere, and nobody knows how the body was moved. None of that makes sense until you put an invisible man in the picture. Detective, don't tell me you think invisible people really exist. Who knows, sir? It'd be fun to see one, though, huh? What's a winning idea? Perhaps we should make your assignment to Mr. Winner permanent from tomorrow. You gotta be kidding me! That kid probably still believes in Santa Claus! People in glass houses. Please switch, thank you. Alright, let's see if there's something else that we might have been missing at the time. The basket was empty in the other recreation. Oh yeah, but it was definitely empty in the photo I took too. Oh, sorry. I made a mistake when I was filling you in earlier. Oh? That basket's for holding Azaya's food, but on the morning of the show, all the apples that were in it had vanished. Poof. I totally forgot to mention it. Disappearing apples. I should make a note of this. That feels important. It's the pin that holds Azaya, the Asian elephant. Now empty, as the lady herself is on stage. I wonder how they got her here in the first place. Where's the snake as a scrunchie? Oh, that's awesome. I love that. What do you mean? Well, the entrance to the yard is people-sized, and there's like a gazillion megawatts pumping through that fence. Kinda risky, no? Not one turned off the electricity. Yeah, but then all the prisoners would escape. Through an entrance blocked by an elephant? I think not. This is a real puzzler, all right. I need to give it some more thought. She seems to be enjoying the challenge. I'll leave it to it. The apples in the basket were likely eaten by Azaya. Really? That's strange. I'll make sure to put the cart where her trunk couldn't reach them. Are you sure about that? Oh, yes. It was still full of apples the night before the show. Though we must consider the possibility that the cart was moved to somewhere within Azaya's reach. A large basket full of apples couldn't have been moved by the wind, which likely means somebody moved it for a reason. So before the show had even started, the cart had been moved and its apples eaten. Yes, that seems to be the most probable timeline. Let's update the recreation, okay? Will do. I'll add that into the simulation of the performance then. Updating, blah blah blah, there we go.
It's been a long time. How have you been?
How have you been? There, all done. Portal 2. There's a wonder it smelled of animals. It was being used for the elephant. To hold Azaya's apples, right? Yep, it was full of them the day before the show, so they vanished overnight. Oh, did you figure something out, Mr. Edgeworth? Quite possibly. door. Okay, now I think we actually do need to get into the power room. I want to ask for the key. Like, right now. Curse you. The chairs are lined up neatly for the show, though we know there were a few empty seats during the performance. Huh? Something about the space, the way the seats are arranged, reminds me of a karaoke contest I entered as a kid. Hello, Gary. How you doing? You entered a karaoke contest? I sure did, and I came in second. Even in the depths of night, when no other bird dares to take flight, one alone shores to shine. Holy shit. That's a fucking throwback of a commercial reference. The light of righteousness on the world's blight. Tony didn't actually sing that. I sure did. She did well to take second place. Or perhaps stole is more apt. Or is it more that she failed to steal first place? I'm overthinking this. Curiouser and curiouser. The basket was moved the night before the circus performance, and we've deduced that the weights were switched out for the body at around the same time. Hard to chalk that up to a coincidence, huh? But then the next question we should be asking is, why was the cart moved? I think I can hazard a guess. The cart would have been blocking that door, which can only mean that somebody needed to open it. Now, let's see what's... Oh, great. It's locked. Let me ask the guard for help. Hey, Mr. Guard! Yes, miss? What can I do for you? That was fast. Where's the key for this door? Oh, the warden keeps all of that. I'll go ask her for it. Hey, what are the odds the warden is the goddamn criminal? I think this isn't the first time I brought that up. I think I've thought about that multiple times. Warden the guard is the only one with a key. Meaning, if somebody did open the door, they would have had to get it from her somehow. Thanks for the help. Look at all these breakers. They must control the electricity for the whole prison. So we're thinking somebody got in here the night before the show, right? But why? What were they trying to do? Well, I doubt they came here by mistake, thinking it was a break room. They must have come to tamper with the switches. Please, Mr. Guard was my father. You can call me Bill. Did they turn off the power or something? Come to think of it, wasn't there something that lost power? What might have lost power had a breaker been flipped?
Take that!
Ah yes, if this had lost power, there would have been serious trouble. And how would that work exactly? I don't let your preconceptions hold you back, okay? You need to think outside of the box. That's the key to coming with ideas you'd have never imagined otherwise. Nice tree, Mr. Edgeworth. That one's a little too... Oh, I was wrong. Connected to this board would lose power. Wasn't one of our pieces of evidence affected in just such a way? Did we have a blackout somewhere? No, not you. Oh, our security camera, that's right. There was a 3-hour gap in the security camera footage. Oh yeah, there was! So somebody flipped the breaker it was connected to? It seems very likely. Do you think it was the killer? It's true that shutting off the cameras would have made things easier for them. The break room for the... That's pretty good. It would! Which means the killer would have to be someone who had access to the breakers. And it seems only one person has the key. It couldn't be, could it? Alright, little thief, your work here is done. Do we have all the evidence that we need? Did we figure it out? Do we know that Warden the Guard is the killer? Did she do it? Can we go book her now? Is that her? First on the scene, the early bird wins the worm. Good morning, Mr. Winner. Oh, you! How'd you get here before me? Good morning, Mr. Edgeworth. I see you've made an early start, and I see you've made a late one, Judge Cavell. This is not my only case. I'm a very busy woman. You're a judge. Why are you investigating? Get out of here. Leave. Go back to the courtroom. I feel like a judge shouldn't be here on the scene. That feels wrong. Not all of us enjoy the freedom of a prosecutor relieved of his only current responsibility. Oh, I do apologize. I meant, of course, an associate attorney. I mean, yeah, neither should a prosecutor, but at least that slightly makes more sense. Like, even just a smidgen more. Even if it doesn't really. Associate? I'm more like asinine. We'll see about that. Eustace, let us begin the investigation of the yard. Okay, how can we get some officers to help? That won't be necessary. Why not? We've already finished investigating the yard and won quite the prize in the process. Won? But I'm supposed to be the winner! Your Honor. Attorney, like the attorney, the prosecutor, and the judge, none of them have any purpose being on the at the crime scene. I'd like to revisit your theory from yesterday, in order to thoroughly disprove it. I would caution you to choose your words carefully, Mr. Edgeworth. As I'm sure you remember, your badge is in my... Lady, I'ma be real with you. I'ma be real with you. It's been in your... Like, you've been saying that for days, and every time you remind me, quote-unquote, of that, I just go straight up and be like, alright, fucking bet then. And you never take it away.
Look at him suffer.
Poor Edgeworth. He's suffering. And everyone just laughs at him. How can I forget? You've told me several dozen times already. Perhaps you care to try a different threat. You've been warned repeatedly, yes, and each time my words seem to fall, and each time you haven't taken my fucking badge. Like, if you fuck this up, I'm gonna take away your badge. I was like, okay, does things flawlessly and you don't take away my badge? Bitch. Allow me to make this crystal clear. The committee cannot and will not tolerate insubordination. Wow, they can't tolerate insubordination? Some tells me they need thicker skin then.
Objection!
The fate of my badge and the whims of the committee are of no concern to me now. The only thing that concerns me is proving Simeon Saint's innocence. Interesting, and spoken like a true defense attorney. In that case, I shall be equally uncompromising. In the name of the goddess of justice, I will strike down your case without That's not what justice is! I keep getting pissed off at this lady using the name of justice and the goddess of justice to be like, nuh-uh. And I was like, bitch, justice is unbiased. You, very biased. Incredibly, heavily biased. Super mega ultra biased.
The Keyblade.
I mean, if we take the Keyblade, do you think we can whack her upside the head with it? Bring the darkness out so that she can become a being of light again? I don't know. Or maybe, you know what? Maybe she is just a heartless. And when I am done, your career as a prosecutor will be over as well. I mean, technically true, because 7 years from now, Edgeworth is the chief prosecutor, which is different. Kay Faraday is probably a Keyblade wielder. She could be. She very well could be. Depends on who passed on the power because of the whole thing with Birth by Sleep and what's learning about the ceremony of bequeathment.
Don't say it.
Bree! Oh my goodness. Hi, Bree. Hi, Raiders. Hello, hello. How are you doing? How was your stream? Hello, everyone. For those of y'all who don't know me, I guess I'll do a quick introduction. I am Marika. You can also call me Akamaru. Either one's fine. I'm a VTuber robot. That's not clear in my cute little transmade outfit. I play a bunch of variety of games, including a bunch of visual novels and murder mysteries, because I like them. Ah! The power of light compels you. Say hello. We're currently in the middle of Ace Attorney Investigations 2. And by middle, I mean the second episode that has gone on for a very long time. No insubordination. Does that mean a lot of outdom entertainment country? Jesus Christ. I feel like country is not the opposite of nation. I'm gonna be real. Alright, that's really funny. There's a booty on my screen, on my chat now. I hope you do not come to regret this. But welcome, welcome y'all. Bree, if you got a raid and run, get some food, get some rest. I appreciate y'all coming by. My theory remains the same as when I related it to you yesterday. Mr. Carcerado did not see Mr. Knight's body when he passed through the tunnel. As such, the body could only have been dropped down the well during the show. We both know the only one who could have dropped the body down there during the show is Mr. Saint. Correct. I agree with you. That's still your assertion. And you can prove it, of course. Of course she can. Who do you think you're up against? What Eustace means to say is that we received
door to darkness?
Are we opening that up, or are we just gonna shove her right through it? And this nerd? They're like, hey, fucking dork, take a look at this door. See that big empty blackness? Bam! Sparta kick you right into hell. Enjoy. She really is a very busy woman, busy looking after baby Winner. The victim appears to have died the night before the body was discovered. In other words, the night before the show. The cause of death is as stated. It seems the wound is 4 inches deep. Between 3 okay. Simeon Saint was off stage for a period of 15 minutes. That was plenty of time for him to throw the victim's body down the well. Jessica Vell hasn't investigated the yard yet, which means I feel there may be something of a flaw with your theory, Your Honor. You seem very confident of that. But do you have any evidence to prove it? I mean, he may be your nerd, but I can definitely fucking boot him. Yes, I think I just might. Alright, fine. How about a better idea? How about we open up the well, and we have him say, Eustace, look down there! A clue! And he goes, where? Where? And then we just take his head, and we let him fall right through, see what happens. Winner, did you die down there? Say nothing if you're okay. He's all good. We don't have to worry about him anymore. Then when he passed through the tunnel, as such, body could only have been dropped. Yes, that we agree. Like, we agree with you. The body was dropped down there technically.
Hold it!
Let's just do some pressing, because I don't trust my evidence. Could you talk us through your reasoning on that once more? Because we have the breakers and the trick, which are pretty much the only relevant information here, I think. The day before the performance, Mr. Knight borrowed the keys from Mr. Carcerado. The bear. The bear. The bear? I don't know a bear. Mr. Knight borrowed the keys from Mr. Carcerado. Almost specifically, the key to his cell. Mr. Knight then used the key to leave his cell and enter Mr. Saint's cage. Mr. Saint took Mr. Knight to the yard in the cage, and that's where he killed him. The following day, Mr. Carcerado crawled his way through the tunnel, but there was nobody there yet. Wait a second, that doesn't add up. Mr. Carcerado smelled that sweet smell, so Mr. Knight must have been in the tunnel already. No, his body did not pass through the tunnel until sometime after Mr. Carcerado had crawled through it. Mr. Carcerado used the tunnel right around the time the show was starting. Oh, the teddy bear, or the polar bear. Yeah, that was Teddy. Rocky is really funny, though. It would have been really funny if they named him Rocky. From which you deduce that the body could only have been thrown down the well during the show. Yes, and who the culprit must be.
Hold it!
He's a cute teddy bear, though. What a cute polar bear. Could nobody else have done it? I understand that Miss Barry was on stage for the entire performance. Most of the prisoners were watching the show, and those who were not have plausible alibis. What about the guards? They too were watching the show, as was the warden. How can you be so sure a guard could have easily approached the well unnoticed? None of the guards left their post during the show. I've checked this for myself, you know. I took statements from each and every one of them. Ugh, she's thorough, I'll give her that. Are you finally ready to accept the truth? Incorrect. We agree that the body was, in the well, and that it was dropped all the way down during the show, but no more than that. Judge Gavel hasn't carried out a full investigation of the yard yet, which means we've got the advantage for a change. To review the evidence we gathered during our investigation of the yard. The weights were replaced with the victim's body. I guess that's the important part that we need.
Objection!
Music stopped, we're good. That's always how you know how it worked. Sorry, Your Honor, but there's something else you're going to have to take into account. The well in the yard was rigged up to create a certain unique contraption. A contraption? Go on. You will recall that Mr. Saint was sent flying from the stage by the elephant. I do. Just before he was to be absent for some time. He was only able to fly through the air thanks to a weighted rope he tied around himself. Dropping the weighted end down the well allowed him to complete the trick. Oh wait, wouldn't that set him flying as soon as he set foot on the stage? It's simple, really. He kept the weight from falling by using a stake to keep the rope in place. With a second rope, he was able to pull the stake free, thereby controlling when the weight was dropped. We have found evidence to suggest that the original weight was replaced with Knight's body. This was done by the real killer in order to create an alibi. The estimated time of death tells us that the murder took place early in the morning. The killer could have tampered with the contraption in the time between the murder and the show. You are saying Mr. Saint himself set this contraption up, right? Well, then who do you think is the #1 most likely person to have used it to dispose of a body, Even you must see how this looks. If Mr. Saint was the killer, he could have simply done as Judge Gavel theorized, without these extra steps. Miss Berry? Yes? Does anyone else know how Mr. Saint's trick works? Well, let's see. We had to get the prison to prove on what we were going to perform, so I don't think Simeon's the only one who knows. And there you have it. Interesting. You have certainly been diligent in your investigation, and yet I failed to comprehend your actions still. Why do you not work to do what is right? Is what I am doing wrong? If so, who is it that deems it so? How can you not grasp even that? How can you not see that you are doing wrong at this very moment? If you do some bullshit of, he's clearly, obviously guilty, blah blah blah, whatever, I'm gonna be upset at you. You are a prosecutor, and yet you aid the defense. This flies in the face of common sense. You are breaking every rule, and there is no rule that says a prosecutor can't moonlight as a defense attorney. It's not how it works. Like, I don't know if you know this, but like, the whole point of everything is the truth. Fuck you. Phoenix Wright taught us that. I think only of what is right and just, and act as I see fit in each situation I am confronted with. This is the path I've chosen, and whether you can comprehend that choice is immaterial. But if you mean to stand in my way, I will fight back with all I can bring to bear. Perhaps the goddess of justice is testing me. Maybe she's telling you not to be such a biased pain in the ass. Very well. If it is her will that we must fight, then I shall end this once and for all. Listen well, Mr. Edgeworth, for there is another reason why only Mr. Saint can be the killer. Oh joy. If the body was moved from the yard to the workshop, then Mr. Knight must have been brought here to the yard from his cell. The only person who had the opportunity to do that is Simeon Saint, and thus he remains the only plausible suspect. Mr. Saint took a cage with him to Mr. Knight's cell, but why would he do that? Why take such an unwieldy object all the way to the holding cells? Because if it's on wheels, then it's really not that unwieldy. You're just holding onto a bar, and you just kind of, without thinking, drag it with you. The Dark Age of the Law? I mean, here's the thing. By all accounts, the Dark Age of the Law hasn't started yet. Theoretically. Because this is before both Phoenix and Black Quill get disbarred. Well, Technically, Blackwell never gets disbarred. This is before Phoenix gets his badge taken away and Blackwell goes to prison. So the Dark Age of the Law hasn't started yet, but this is definitely the beginning of it. Yeah, it is pretty sus. But we've all met Mr. Saint. It's the exact kind of thing he would do. It's entirely plausible he throws the cage with him out of absent-mindedness and nothing else. It may be plausible, but it is no more or less plausible than him having helped. Like, here's the thing. Technically, I suppose we consider when Blackhill got arrested as the beginning of the whatchamacallit, the Dark Age of the Law, because that's when him and Phoenix were both out and done. But by all accounts, it probably actually started before that. So this could very well be the beginning of the start of the Dark Age of the Law. Ugh, I need some real solid evidence, so I'm going to get her to budge. Mr. Knight has a first to the yard for Miss Sal. The only person who had the opportunity to do that is Simeon Saint. I don't think that's true.
Hold it!
No, certain nobody else had the opportunity. Indeed, I remind you that we are in a prison. The entire facility is monitored at all times. Anything out of the ordinary would have been spotted.
Hold it!
But Mrs. Saint was under that same security, was he not? The warden had granted the members of the circus troupe special access. As a member of that troupe, under the supervision of Miss Barry, he is the only person who is free to wander where he wills.
Objection!
It seems you've forgotten something, Your Honor. Forget is not a word in my vocabulary, Mr. Edgeworth. Honestly, I seriously don't know what it means. I forgot. Very well, then recall this fact, if you will. You claim that Mr. Saint is the only person who was free to walk around the prison. But there was a brief period of time on the day of the crime in this prison. A time when it would have been possible for anyone to move through the prison entirely unmonitored. What do I have that shows there was a period when... the security camera footage and...
Take that!
Mr. Saint is far from the only one who had the opportunity. Which opportunity are we talking about again? Ah! Hydrate? Okay, hi Maya. I'm postured, I promise. We'd previously established that the time code on the security footage was off by 3 hours. And from this, we can deduce that there must have been a power outage lasting for that length of time, during which anyone could have moved around the prison undetected. Do you mean to say that our killer intentionally created this 3-hour gap? That it was no simple camera malfunction? That's not even possible. It was completely possible to create the 3-hour gap using this.
Take that!
On investigation of the yard turned up something rather interesting. A panel of breakers, one which can be used to cut the power to security cameras. 34 months, Maya! Thank you, holy cow. That's a long time. We also learned that the door to the power room may have been opened at around the time of the murder. What? Such a shame to see one so capable fall so short of the mark. Mr. Edgeworth knows what he's doing! Then how does he explain the lock on the power room door? Oh yeah, it was kinda locked up tight. And the warden's the only one with the key. Well then this is when I formally charged the warden with murder. Those breakers are vital to the prison's infrastructure.
We lost the game.
God damn it, Beast, you finally got it. Congratulations. I had a feeling you were going for that after a while. Actually, no. To be honest, I completely forgot that was there for a second. So I very much doubt that anyone could have gained access to the power room's key so easily.
Objection!
No, but one person could have. I beg your pardon. That person, the killer, had easy access to it, in fact. And what's more, the position here is such that nobody would dare question him.
Objection!
What? There's no one like that! The breakers with electric fences in there! Any question in an instant! There's only one person who meets these criteria. I can hardly believe it myself, but I have to follow where the logic leads. In less than a month after this case. About 18 months after, yeah. Whew!
Take that!
Okay, So like I said, this is before the quote-unquote Dark Age of the law officially begins. By about 2 years. The real culprit is... See, it's not Allie that Missile's afraid of. It's this motherfucker. Warden Lagarde. Oh, just look at you. Aren't you the cutest as the Poochie Woo? He's not just a pretty face. Missile also has quite the nose for sweet things. It seems he's smelling something very sweet indeed, and it's coming from you. Oh, darling, you're making me blush. I'm not even wearing perfume. Then perhaps it is the sweet scent of death. You're a regular poet, aren't you? I had no idea. But if I didn't know better, I'd almost think you were calling moi the killer. That is precisely what I'm calling you. What? Warden Lagarde is the killer. Mr. Edgeworth, do you realize what you're saying? Oh, such a naughty boy. How could he suspect me? I'm the one in charge around here. Stop kissing the wolf on the lips like a human kiss. Like, I give Biscuit kisses all the time, but like on the forehead and on the side of his head. But like, I'm pretty sure he doesn't make kissy faces back. That ain't how that works. Looks like we're in a murder mystery, aren't we? You are in a murder mystery. Welcome to Ace Attorney. And equally far-fetched. This is preposterous. Sadly, it is not. Although I can hardly believe it myself. But this is where the evidence points, and we must trust in the evidence. This piece of evidence proves that Warden Lagarde is the killer. The breakers? That one?
Take that!
Darling, please, that's your damning evidence? That has nothing to do with me whatsoever, and Hey, excuse me! Missile smelled something on the Warden Lagarde just now. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's not physically possible, in the same way that she's doing with that fox. Whatever it was could be the key to this case. You're a hoot, Mr. Edgeworth, really you are. But can we dispense with the jokes now, Something sweet. What is something sweet? Not a clue. We don't have any evidence about... This is no joke, Warden. You are the killer. Cap, whenever you sleep. No, that sounds weird. I don't like the way that's phrased. Missile smelled something on Warden Lagarde. Whatever it was could be the key to the case. Ugh, really? Well, could you at least try and present some plausible evidence? Okay. In other words, there should be something that should produce a sweet smell. But what the fuck would produce a sweet smell? All we have is blood. Fair. This piece of evidence proves that you're the killer, but But I don't have that. The evidence that we have is badge, layout, the chest set, door sensors, bloody tarp, the body, the rope, roll call, the bracelet, the dog chest piece. I mean, maybe?
Take that!
The tunnel did smell. Yeah, it did.
Take that!
But that doesn't. I mean, the body smelled sweet.
Take that!
There we go. Your scent betrays you, Warden. And here is your accuser. The police dog. We had him track a sweet scent that was lingering around Knight's body back when it was first found. He now appears to be smelling the same scent, and it's coming from you. Darling, your priceless, really you are. Your evidence is a whiff of suspicion. Verity, dear, I will put him in his place. It seems Mr. Cavell may have reached a similar conclusion to myself. You believe this to be no mere coincidence, Mr. Edgeworth? I do. After all, she had the key, and the scent found lingering on the body is hers as well. Were just one or the other, we might be able to brush it off as coincidence, however. Indeed, Then it seems a conclusion approaches. Perhaps she should hear what the warden has to say for herself. We should, and when we have, this case will finally be at an end. Oh, you're all being simply awful. Stop looking at me like that. Me, the killer. How could I possibly do such a thing? Easy. It's very easy to be the killer. You take a sharp object, you look at the person, and you go, stab, stab, stab. And you go, okay, I was gonna hoist you up, and we're just gonna go this way, we're gonna go this way, we're gonna go this way, I'm just gonna tie you up to this thing, drop you down there, bye. And the end. Verity told me everything she knows about the case, sweetie. The victim died in his cell, so by your logic, I would have had to have him killed him there. But how am I supposed to have moved the body, especially as I never went into the prison? I was too busy with work, you see. I was cooped up in my office right until the show I don't know if you notice, your office connects to the yard, which connects to the prison. You're good. Check if you like. You won't find a record anywhere of my having entered or left the prison proper. I haven't the first idea what harebrained theories you little scumps have cooked up, but I'm innocent, and there's simply no way I could be the killer. Give me a break! Missile doesn't lie! Don't make it hard on everyone and just come clean! Oh dear, I'm afraid you are the one making these difficult. As I just said, I never went into the prison. If you think I'm lying, go and check the records. She clearly wants us to check those records, which means they won't help us. We'll just have to find another way of getting the truth out of her. Please, Mr. Edgeworth, stop being a big city. You've made a boo-boo, and you know it. Okay. The victim died in his cell, correct?
Hold it!
The murder took place in his cell. You seem very happy to accept that. And why shouldn't I be? It seems the most likely place for it to have happened without drawing attention. And besides, they found Knight's blood in his cell. Yes, but that was from being struck by Mr. Coserato. Though I didn't tell her that, I suppose. I take it there's also no testimony to the contrary. What does it matter? Knight being killed in his cell doesn't go against any of the facts anyway. But how am I supposed to have moved the body? Especially as I never went to the prison. Do you have any evidence that you didn't enter the prison? Please, darling, let me finish. I was too busy with work. I was cooped up in my office.
Hold it!
So you were in your office the whole time, and you didn't notice anything unusual? No, I can't say that I did. And you didn't notice anything missing? I must confess, I'm a rather messy girl. And a forgetful one at that. I put something down, and it's lost forever. It's a curse, darling, a curse. Mood. I'll be real? I'll be real? That is a mood. Just be like, okay, I'm just gonna set this down right here. Fuck, where did it go? It's been 3 seconds. Set it down, look away. Pop, what was it? Hello? Bing? I even lost some important evidence recently. It was gone. Poof. Just like that. What? And she still has a job? Honestly, if someone came into my office and took something, it might be years before I noticed. Seems like I'll need more than the power room key to expose her. On the day of the murder, I was working in my office, and looking for something I misplaced. Even if I had the reason to go into the prison, I simply wouldn't have had the time. Check if you like, you won't find a record anywhere.
Hold it!
I mean, that's also true. Sure, maybe you didn't go through the main entrance, but what if you took another route? Oh, come now, sweetie, surely you don't mean that awful, filthy tunnel they discovered. Why, until yesterday, I had no idea it even existed. No, you had another way in. Yes, you had another way in. Hello? There's a fence right there that leads to your office. Or else that didn't require going through the main entrance or the tunnel. The route you took went through this location.
Take that!
This is the route you took to get... It is, darling. And how would that have worked? Didn't you say yourself that I didn't use the entrance or the wait, what? A route from her office that bypassed the prison entrance and the tunnel. Wait, what? That bypasses the prison entrance... Yeah, her office. Her Knight's body could have been placed in the wells the night before the show. What's her move, sir? She seems awful sure of herself. Full phone outrage and suddenly holding 2 cups of water. Put your rely on something other than the records in question. Okay, hold on.
Objection!
Like, there's a path right there. Fine. We'll press that one again.
Hold it! Take that!
Through the fence. Warden, you took Knight from his cell and brought him to your office. Which just happened to be connected to the yard. If you had a way through the fence, then you would have been able to circumvent both the entrance and the tunnel. A gold star for creativity, darling. And how would I have gone through the fence? The extremely high fence, atop the razor wire, with thousands of volts of electricity going through it. There's literally a door in the fence. You straight up have a door. Yeah, how's she supposed to have gotten through that, The fence's electricity supply can be cut off from the power room, and only you have the key, Warden. No one but you could have done it. Utterly ridiculous. The power room is on the prison side of the yard. A Warden Regard is on the detention center side. How would she have even reached the power room? Exactly, Verity, darling. Well, clever puss, you've dug yourself a real hole now. If there is no record of Warden Regard having entered the prison proper, then the idea that she could have shut off the fence by using the breaker is out of the question. But there must be some way she could have done it. Take a deep breath, big guy. Lose your cool and you've lost everything. If I don't find a solution, she might still wiggle out of this. Hey, I said take a deep breath, not freak out and completely lose your cool. There's nothing to be gained by banging your head against the same wall, yeah. No matter how you look at it, Warden Regard couldn't have done it alone. Mr. Edgeworth, if you cannot find it... You aren't doing yourself any favors by obstructing justice with your silence. That was a reflexive objection, but now that I've yelled it, if I don't come up with an answer, it's all over. I have one more thing to add, if you'll permit me. Something that explains how the warden could have shut up the breaker from the wrong side of the fence. Yes, because it's not as impossible as it seems. What enabled her to shut off the break? An accomplice! She couldn't have done it alone. But what if she wasn't alone? Ooh, now we're talking. Way to flex the old gray matter, kiddo. I believe that Warden Regard had an accomplice. Enough. You disappoint me, Mr. Edgeworth. What do you mean? Mr. Edgeworth has said nothing wrong! The inmates of this prison are all issued with security bracelets. The ones that raise the alarm if people go where they're not supposed to... I see that you have realized your error. And we are, of course, within the prison grounds. Yeah, I mean, A, she has a fox. B, there are guards. Like, I'm almost certain that the thing that the alligator ate that's metal is the key to the power room. Where not only are the bracelets worn, but even the guards surveil each other for signs of wrongdoing. But and despite all that, no one noticed Mr. Cosorato's escape. Eddie? Oh, Fender. He's not a creep at all, that I've seen. I mean, he hugs people. Like, he just wants to go in for hugs. That's pretty much it. He's just a hugger. The only ones who are free to roam are the animals. Did he flirt with Kay? I don't think he did. And they most certainly could not have operated the breaker. No, so our accomplice must be human. Then who did it, given that it cannot have been a prisoner or a guard? I wouldn't be so quick to rule out either, Your Honor. The fact is, there is one person, someone whose movements weren't restricted, and I have just the evidence to show who that free-roaming person was. Mr. Saw It?
Take that!
Bye, Maya. This is one of the prisoner's bracelets. Indeed, a broken bracelet belonging to a certain self-proclaimed model prisoner. What do you mean? And who is this prisoner? Bye, Maya. Thank you for the alert. Frank saw it. Warden the Guard's favorite inmate. The strange, isn't it, Warden, that he was able to keep his broken bracelet hidden and wander freely around the prison all the while? That is pretty funky, and I don't mean in a good way. It couldn't be the case that he was permitted some sort of special leeway, could it? Although, you are in the habit of giving such leeway to certain others. Bodhidharma Maclinus, for example. Mr. Edgeworth, that is pure speculation. In that case, why don't we ask Mr. Swords himself? I'm confident he will confirm to us that he and Warden the Guard were accomplices in this crime. If the two of them had worked together, a certain route into the prison becomes viable. The real route by which Knight has moved from his cell to the prison proper. He craves that mineral. Recall that there were two big obstacles in her path. First, the security camera outside Knight's cell. Second, the electrified fence in the yard. But she was able to remove both obstacles in one fell swoop by having Mr. Sword shut off the corresponding breakers. Alright, Mr. Edward, you've had your fun. And, do you still deny it, Warden the Guard? Lord darling, you've got to me. I admit it. Warden! Tell me this isn't true. Sorry, Verity, honey. I'm afraid it is. Frankie helped me do it. No way! You did it, Mr. Edgeworth. You got her. Nice shooting, cowboy. She won't be wiggling out of this now. As Mr. Edgeworth said, I just had Frankie switch off the breaker. But we didn't kill Knight, did we? No, sweetums, no, we didn't. What? Warden, explain yourself. Oh, Verity, dear, I doubt your precious goddess will want to hear my excuses now. She is all merciful. You but to confess, and you shall be saved. Oh, gosh, all right. I was being threatened. I had no choice but to do as he said. Who's he? Bodhidharma Maclinus, that awful assassin. Maclinus? How long has it been since that awful man came here to my beautiful prison? I'll never forget the day he arrived. The moment we were alone, he said this to me. You should know that I have other dogs. Dogs not confined to this fine institution. Others? Yes, very loyal dogs. Dogs who will do anything I ask of them. Of course, he wasn't talking about real dogs. He was talking about his very human cronies. And then he said one last thing. I recommend that you take care in how you treat me during my stay here. I wouldn't want to set my dogs on you or your precious family. I have a feeling this is a lie. I had no choice. I gave him that cell. I gave him everything he asked for. Everything. Wait, is that how he became the fixer? Yes, darling. I obeyed his every command and smuggled in for him all that he wanted. Eventually, I brought dear sweet Frankie and started a little conspiracy. He agreed right away, of course, because I made things easier for him too. So you were smuggling and contraband. How exactly? Once a week, late at night, Frankie would shut off the breakers. That allowed me to go from my office into the yard without being seen by the cameras. Then I simply dropped the package on the well on the prison side and went back through the fence. Each one of them spritzed with a little of my perfume. So that's where the sweet smell was. Yes, it was a signal for Canis' dog. When he picked up the scent, he would fetch the packages and bring them back to his master. Oh, we had to make sure Rocco wasn't in his cell at the time, of course. Could have been easy keeping him from finding out. Oh, we're all very much creatures of habit here at the prison, darling. Everything runs to a schedule, meals, exercise hours, that sort of thing. We knew when he wasn't there. And that adorable little pair of his freezes with fright at the sight of Canis' dog, poor thing. So there is no risk of him raising the alarm either. She has oversight over everything here at the prison, which makes her the perfect mule. But also, she could be lying about one or two small things, but the rest of it being the truth. With her on his side, Canis couldn't fail. Frankie would sneak out again early in the morning to switch the breakers back on, and our work was done. Apart from fixing the time code on the cameras, which I would do later when I got the chance. You've shared a great deal, Warden. The Goddess of Justice will surely take your honesty into account. Oh, I've been the most dreadful fool, I know I have. I'm supposed to be the one in charge. The day of Knight's murder was also one of our delivery days. And so Frankie, bless his heart, did his usual work with the breakers. But there was no package for me to deliver that day, so I didn't go out into the yard. So that's the secret behind the Fix's system, and why she was... The police have been trying to track down his accomplices for the longest time. Even I've had it in my hand myself, you know. Heaven knows how many times I've hauled that secretive scoundrel into my office to talk to me. No matter what I say, or how much evidence I present him with, he simply won't say a word. That's why you were interrogating Mr. Kenneth over and over. Exactly. I was trying to track down those horrible hench people of his. I borrowed everything the police had on that rotten scoundrel. I watched his every move, inspected, intercepted every letter he wrote. His letters. I suppose she must know about his correspondence chess games, too. But no matter what I did, I couldn't turn up any clues as to who his underlings were. Living in fear like this, it's... Oh, you just can't comprehend it. As you have just heard for yourself, Mr. Edgeworth, the words of Warden Lagarde's confessions have cleansed her of all suspicion. Here's the thing. No, they haven't. They really haven't. Like, these are interesting confessions. These are great. That doesn't necessarily tell, but we're still missing certain details. Surely there is no need to hound her any longer. Has she really been cleared of all? No. Or was there more about her to uncover? I'm sorry, Your Honor, but this conversation is over yet. And I think the Goddess of Justice would agree. So you mean to suffer even more than she already has? Unfortunately, her suffering under Mr. Canis does nothing to prove her innocence in Knight's murder. She admitted herself that she knew of and even facilitated the so-called Fix's delivery route. I believe she used the same route to move Knight's body. And where is your evidence, Mr. Edgeworth? It's in the fact that the sweet smell on Knight's body is the exact same scent Warden Lagarde used to signal delivery. What do you make of that? Well, that's because we've done it so many times by now that the whole world probably smells of it. Ooh, Chex Mix. Can I have that? I want the ones with, like, I want the peanuts and the or not the peanuts, the pretzels and the crackers and some M&Ms. Yummy. Someone must have just rubbed off on his body. That does makes the statement that Mr. Carcerado provided. The smell. Yeah, I always smell kinda nice down there. Nice? Gee, I don't know. Smells sort of like dessert, I guess. And not be incredibly trusting of perfect strangers? That's fair. Poor judge. That son of a bitch. Oh, what a gullible, naive fool. That's trail mix? I don't remember. Oh, you're right. That might be trail mix. And now I just want sweets. I'm hungry. Is anyone else hungry? What time is it? It's 5:30. We're only halfway through stream. Okay, I'll eat later. His words suggested the smell had permeated. You have been rendered speechless, I see. Then I hereby move to adjourn this session of the court. No! What do we do, Mr. Edgeworth? What can I do? As far as we go. Finally. So we're actually done. Yes, Eustace. It seems we are. You're eating right now? Well, actually, what are you eating? By the power vested in me, this court is adjourned. We're not in court. Hold on. Objection. We're not in the middle of court right now, bitch. I don't think you have that authority. Who was that? Hi, Eddie. Come on, Judge G. Things were just getting good. Fender, are you objecting to my adjourning this session? Chex Mix? Oh. Nom nom nom. No. Would have shouted objection if I wanted to do that. You do you, G. Adjourn, don't adjourn, whatever floats your boat. What are you doing, Mr. Fender? Don't worry about what I'm doing. Let's all just take a chill pill, shall we? By which I mean a square chocolate of goodness. Anyone? Oh, hell yeah. Are you trying to get yourself charged with contempt of court? We're not in court. You can't charge me with contempt of court. No, my bad. I just had a quick request to make is all. As Simeon Saint's lawyer, that is. Ah, yes. I've forgotten that you are his real attorney, Mr. Fender. How could you? You're killing me here. Can you blame us? You've been making Mr. Edgeworth do everything this whole time. Right, you are. Which is why I figured it's time to put in some work. Work, you say? Somehow, I don't believe you've worked a day in your life. Then let's say this is me doing some prep work for the upcoming trial. Mind if I question the witness? Now, amusing, but what is there left to ask? I have a feeling you've never worked a day in your life, lawyer who considers himself an ace attorney and has definitely won cases before. I've got a feeling in my funny bone that Phoebes here has something more to tell us than about the killer. Do I? Yes, indeed. See, as a major player on Team Simeon, I can spot a sympathizer when I see one. And you don't think he did it, do you? So tell us, who did? Come on, spill the beans, we're all ears. Mr. Edgeworth, what's he doing? He's trying to coax Warden Lagarde to give him something away. Ask yourself, why would she go to all the trouble of sending Knight's body on such an odd journey? It's because she wanted to frame Mr. Kenneth. She did? No way! If he was convinced of committing murder here, convicted, that could have been grounds for a transfer to another prison. Most likely a more secure facility. And where he'd be out of her hair forever, huh? Precisely. She saw her opportunity and seized it. No. Saint can't not be the killer. That's not fair! I was all ready to prosecute him! I know, right? I think we should find out what she thinks first. Don't want to get the wrong guy, yeah? Nice! Now Mr. Winter has to go along with it too! Well, Warden, are you happy to testify further? Of course! How could I refuse the silver-tongued devil? Eddiekin, you are such a way with words. Just doing my job, thief. Besides, one can't tell the truth without telling the whole truth, can one? I'm simply dying to tell all Verity, darling. Do say you'll let me. As you wish. Court is unadjourned. I can't believe you pulled that off, Mr. Fender. Whew, me neither. Thank you for the timely intervention. Hey, it's the least I could do. Kay's not wrong. I've been leaning on you hard. And besides, the defense never rests, am I right? Simeon's depending on us. Sadly, I think I just about exhausted my reserves of cool lawyer chat there, and we can't foul this up now. Which means you're up to bat, Miles McSmiles. Show 'em that never rest spirit. And I shall. Fabulous. Then let's get started. I really don't think anyone could have done it but that dreadful man, Kindness. There's no telling what went on between him and the victim. Perhaps he simply took a disliking to him. He's certainly the type. But whatever the sort of the details, it was him. He stabbed that poor man to death, and then he had his dog dispose of the body. That simply has to be what happened. The victim, Mr. Knight, yes? I did him the most terrible disservice. Yes, you killed him. I suppose you could put it that way. If it weren't such a sorry excuse for a warden, this would never have happened. And that's why I have to clean up this terrible mess. Warden Lagarde, as ever, your honesty is truly to your credit. Okay, ma'am, you have a giant gavel. How big of a bump do you think I'll leave on the back of your head when I smack you upside the head with it? I am certain Mr. Knight is looking down and weeping tears of gratitude. First of all, I think he's looking up. Second of all, he's certainly weeping about something. You've clearly never met Mr. Knight. I really don't think anyone could have done it but the dreadful man can. Yeah, that's just impressing. You seem very confident in your assertion. Because all the other children in my little home are absolute sweethearts. They have faith in themselves and in one another. They have faith in the guards, in me, and they work hard every day to better themselves. None of them would dare commit murder again. That's a very touching reason indeed. I don't believe a word of it. But Kenneth, oh, he's a rotten to the core. He's the only one who could do something like this. There's no telling what went on between him and the victim. Knight was being kept in a holding cell while Mr. Kenneth was in the prison proper. What could possibly have happened between them when they were at opposite ends of the facility? The prisons aren't as big as they seem, you know. All kinds of awful things can happen. When Knight only arrived 2 days before he was murdered, can't imagine anything significant happening in that short space of time. Then you don't know Kenneth, my dear. He'd find a way, I'm sure of it. Perhaps he simply took a disliking to him. He said, I don't think he is, but okay, continue. How could he take a disliking to somebody all the way over in the holding site? Oh, I'm just plucking possibilities out of the air, darling. As I said, there's no telling what really went on between them. You're so awfully serious, aren't you? Not that I mind, of course. Why is she looking at me like that? So noble, so dashing in that marvelous suit, so clever. I can feel myself becoming your biggest fan, darling. I really can. You and Wendy Oldbag can both just, you know, hang out and talk about being a fan and never come near me again. Stay with me, Mr. Edgeworth. I wasn't prepared for that mental onslaught. Well, whatever the sort of details, it was him.
Hold it!
What more can you tell us about those sordid details? And we all know what Canis once did for a living. I doubt the kidding part gave him much trouble, especially as the victim was already injured. His neck, I think? Couldn't turn his head to the right, poor dear. That's what they told me when they brought him in, anyway. I was making some sort of report for the warden when new prisoners are admitted. You seemed keen for us to think you didn't know much about Knight. And that's because I didn't, sweetie. And the victim was simply a fun target to that monster, nothing more. I expect Canis used the chisel that was hidden in that chest set, don't you? Awful, grisly business. Just imagine, the mom probably didn't even have time to cry out. Mysie, thank you for your thoughts. They were very helpful. Actually, I'd like to hear about them in a little more detail, if you don't mind. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, you're making me blush. I could chat with you all day. Oh, don't look so nervous, darling. I'm only teasing. Of course we can talk about them some more. Oh, it's in that chest set, don't you? Well, I was like, she's right, but... How do you know? But
Objection!
that doesn't make sense, though. You wouldn't have been able to. Warden Lagarde, you strike me as being more careful than the image you project suggests. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, please, call me Fifi or Sweetie Pie, if you prefer. When did we learn it was a chisel? Last week. However, I think you may have been a little less careful than you realized in this instance. Aren't you just the most adorable little creature? Don't be embarrassed, we're all family here. Good. Come on, Mr. Edgeworth, don't let her get inside your head. You said earlier that you didn't know much about Knight. In which case, I find it rather strange that you know about the chisel. Well, of course I do, darling. Do you think we don't check prisoners when they come in? You're not talking your way out of this one. That is entirely irrelevant, and you know it. Knight didn't bring the chest set into the prison himself. It was brought by Mr. Saint when he came to visit. Knight wouldn't have had it on him when he arrived. I mean, of course that when Mr. Saint came in, we... You checked him? I find that hard to believe. Because if you did, that makes your story all the stranger. If you find the chisel, why did you not confiscate it there and then? Judge Gavel, did you tell anyone about the hidden compartment in the chest set? I did not. If no one leaked our findings, then how exactly did you learn about the chisel, Warden Lagarde? Because it certainly couldn't have been when you checked Mr. Knight or Mr. Saint on their arrival. Indeed. Such a thing would imply an intentional oversight if it had been found, yet let through. Precisely. So, Warden Lagarde, and answer truthfully this time, where and when did you learn about the chess set? If you want to answer, then allow me. I submit that you... Alright, darling. There's no need to rub it in. You got me, alright? My question, Knight. That was when I learned about the chess set. But please, you have to believe me. I did not kill him. I did not kill him. One moment, Warden. A significant development. The court requests that you make a detailed statement on the record. Any objections, Mr. Edgeworth? None, Your Honor. Thank you. Thank you, darlings. I'll clear up this awful misunderstanding, I promise. Very well. Go ahead, Warden Lagarde, and please tell the truth this time. Her lies are starting to wear thin. This is my chance to expose her. I'm doing that thing where my leg is bouncing because it's just restless. I said that question Knight, but it wasn't anything serious, you understand? Like, I can't stop it. It's just going. I've been doing it for like an hour, I think. I don't know. It's one of those, it's like, it just... Ow. I said that, well, it wasn't anything serious, you understand? I make a point of talking to every newcomer to our little home. And that was no different. We just had a little chat, you might call it. And after we talked, I had him taken back to his cell straight away. The more she lies, the more thoroughly she seals her fate. So it was simply a conversation with a new detainee. I seems entirely above board. Exactly, Verity, darling. I knew you'd understand. Well, I don't. What proof do you have to back up your statement? I suppose we shall see, won't we, Mr. Edgeworth? You may begin your cross-examination. I feel like here in Ace Attorney Investigations 2, they're just like, hey, you know what we miss? The very direct judge stuff and cross-examination and all that. But like, we still can't be in a courtroom. This is because we're doing the investigation. I said, but it wasn't anything.
Hold it!
What did you and Knight speak about? Oh, nothing much. There's some small talk, really. I asked him about what animals he liked, what his hobbies were. His hobbies? Then I imagine you talked about chess. Oh, yes, I couldn't stop him talking about it, in fact. He even had a piece of paper covered with a little note about it in the cell. At least, I think that's what they were about. So she's seen Knight's correspondence chess diagram. Knight was no different. We just had a little chat.
Hold it!
If he really had gone back to his cell, he would still be alive today. You really think I murdered the poor man right there in my office, don't you? But what would my motive have been, darling? I told you I barely knew him. I'm no angel. I have my grudges against Canis, but Knight had nothing to do with that animal. She really does hate Canis. Warden of God, I must assist that you append that statement to your testimony. I have my grudges against Canis, but Knight has nothing to do with him. I don't think that's true.
Objection!
You probably... Here's the thing. Whether or not he was, I feel like she definitely thought that he was one of Canis's quote-unquote dogs. Judge Cavell, I'd like you to take a look at this. No, it's about a game of chess. What's the significance of this, Mr. Edgeworth? It was found in Knight's cell. Where is it? Which is exactly where you said you saw it too, Warden of God. But you didn't just see this game in Knight's cell, did you? You've seen it in Mr. Canis' cell too. What do you mean?
Objection!
Oh, come now, don't tell me you haven't taken a look at the chessboard in maximum security. I imagine you watch his every move like a hawk. Or rather, I imagine you feel that doing so is your only option. If she wants to find out who his cronies are, right? Personally interrogating your own prisoners is highly irregular, to say the least. But as you said, Mr. Canis had threatened you. He put your precious home at risk. And that's why you took it upon yourself to question him. You wanted to find out who his dogs were. And so what if I did? You also told us you read his letters, which means you must have known about one key fact. You knew he was playing correspondence chess. And then who should appear but Knight, carrying with him a diagram of a very particular game. We ourselves use that diagram to infer a connection between the two men. Then it seems you came to the same conclusion, but in your fear you took your reasoning one step further. You surmised that Knight were Mr. Canis' henchman, sent to kill you. Which is the real reason she had that chat with the Bronxer. If his boss wouldn't crack, maybe he would. And when you questioned Knight, you made another discovery. For there inside his chest set, you found a hidden chisel. The murder weapon itself. As far as you were concerned, that chisel meant one thing, Canis. Thus, you convinced yourself that Knight was working for Canis, and that is why you killed him. I see you have no more excuses. Judge Cavell, your verdict, please. Much as it grieves me, there would appear to be little room for doubt. I hereby give my verdict. Bronco Knight was murdered by... In the name of the goddess of justice, who is it this time? Warden. It's a joke! It's all a big, stupid joke! You people just don't get it, do you? I think we've proven that it's you who didn't understand things correctly. Me? Please, darling, I understand it all perfectly well, thank you very much. And I understand that there's a glaring contradiction in your theory, Mr. Edgeworth. That poor fox. We'll just grasping at straws now. I have no time for this. Your Honor, the verdict.
No, you are, but what am I?
I'm curious to what the warden has to say. What? I had a thought of Verity. I just have one last thing to say. Then Mr. Edward can declare himself the winner. You rang? Sorry, I was, like, sleeping over here, because this conversation wasn't about me. So I got bored and tired of it. Does anybody remember a certain autopsy report? Of course. We received the finalized version only this morning. Well, that's right. And I was listening to what you told us about the Verity, even if nobody else was. Estimated time of death, 3 and 6 a.m. You said the wound was 4 inches deep. 4 inches. Wait! Now tell me this, Mr. Enters, how does a tiny chisel make a 4-inch wound? Forgive me, oh goddess, I came perilously close to making a terrible mistake. It looks like your theory is the one that doesn't hold water, Edgeworth. What now, What do we do? It'll be fine. Mr. Edgeworth always comes through, right, sir? Looks to me like the Maelstron's out of commission. You're an attorney too, aren't you? Why don't you do something? Turn things on their head with a desperate bluff, but they're not the first mind-blowing thing that comes to you! Look, Detective, I'm as much of a man of action as the neck guy. Without evidence, we're up a creek without a paddle here. This might be the end of the road. We can't give up now, we have to do something. We might be we're not in trouble. I'm certain that the warden of the guards is the killer. It's the only explanation that fits the facts of the case. But if the chisel wasn't the murder weapon, what other bladed weapon is there here in this facility? It seems we still not have all the answers, nor the evidence to provide those answers. Alas, we must wait until the trial to see this matter resolved, I'm afraid.
Objection!
Oh, come on, G. You're just giving the killer a chance to destroy the evidence. Are you calling the judicial process into question, Mr. Fender? No, not me. No. I tried, Miles. Many bright ideas. What is the real murder weapon, since it's clearly not the chisel? Confounded this question, there's everything we've deduced out the window. Nothing to add, Mr. Edgeworth. Allow me to remind you that claims not supported by sufficient evidence are subject to the harshest penalties. Fuck. What? 4 inches? Do we... Meow, 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 meow. What do we have that's a sharp-bladed instrument that's 4 inches long? The problem is, I feel like the answer is nothing. We don't have any evidence. But the problem was, Canis has the rest of the chisels. It doesn't make sense that one of the chisels, but plus we don't have that. Plus none of them had blood on them. The only chisel that had blood on them was this one. Unless it opens up to be longer. I mean, that's true. We do have an alligator. The alligator might have done something. In fact, I feel like if there is a different murder weapon, I feel like the alligator ate it. So we should open up that alligator. Regina, can you tell this alligator to throw up and or take a poop? Whichever gets us what's inside that belly. It's hopeless. I can think of anything. Any more time. Loath as I am to admit it, You can't give up now? Remember what Mr. Fender said? Simeon's counting on us. Remember how upset he was? He was devastated. Nobody's in more pain than him over Mr. Knight's death. Alright, then either the alligator needs to shit, or we just need to reach our arm in there and and just keep its jaw open so it doesn't bite it off. Snow, but if we can't save him, who will? And what's more, he believes in us. He's sitting in that cell waiting for us to bring him some good news. And I, for one, won't walk away until we have some. Hey. Gee, Mars, your little buddy there's quite the motivational speaker. And she's right, too. When you find yourself on the ropes, think of your client. Picture them pleading with you to help them. Doesn't that make you want to fight back as hard as you can until the very end? Think your old man, good old Gregory. No matter how bad things looked, he'd always find a way to turn it around and save his client if they were actually innocent. And you're just like him, right? If there's any way to force a turnabout here, you're the one who'll find it. Simeon's counting on you. Judge Gavel, you seem to have recovered your composure, Mr. Edgeworth. What if you mean to attempt a defense? I would advise you to consider the ramifications. You have repeatedly proposed misguided theories and have made numerous false accusations. They're not false or misguided. We're working on them. Thank you for the hydrating posture. Okay, we'll save. Why not? This button. We're still in episode 2. If you do so again, I will have no choice but to judge you unfit to serve as a prosecutor, and relieve you of your badge for good. She's right. I put forward a number of theories that proved to be flawed in one way or another. They're not flawed, they're incomplete. There is a difference between flawed and incomplete. Have I made some sort of fundamental oversight? Wait, she said my theories were misguided. Nothing to say. Then the court will tolerate no more of your time wasting. I hereby, sir! Mr. Edgeworth! Give my verdict. That's it! I've been thinking about it the wrong way all this time. My theories weren't misguided. I was being misled. The defendant, Simeon Saint. I think it's a little soon for that, Your Honor, because this isn't the trial, first of all. I'd say it's well past due, darling. Wouldn't you agree, Verity? Also, weren't you saying that Canis is the murderer? Mr. Edgeworth, you may proceed. What? I'd like to remind you of a few things. The sighting of his dog, Helmet, the fact that he wasn't at the show, these and other factors made Mr. Canis the obvious suspect at first. This again, Mr. Edgeworth. Is you almost proud of your blunder? But what if the real killer wanted us to suspect Mr. Canis? What if it was all carefully arranged? And what if the same was true of the chisel, our purported murder weapon? Knight had been stabbed multiple times in the same place with the bladed instrument. What if he was stabbed with the chisel after the real murder weapon had been removed? Just to leave traces of blood on it for us to find. That was how the killer misled us into thinking the chisel is the murder weapon. But why mislead us in this way? Why indeed? Why make us think the chisel is the murder weapon, rather than whatever was really used? Warden, you took advantage of what the chisel seemed to suggest. What it suggested? What are you talking about, darling? Mr. Winner, if I were to tell you the murder weapon was a chisel, what would you think? Huh? Then Mr. Canis is the killer? And there you have it. That was the trap the warden set for us. Oh, Mr. Canis has a bunch of chisels, so she wanted us to think it was one of his, right? Indeed, that was her plan right from the start, to frame Bodhidharma Canis. Your reasoning would appear to be sound. Warden Lagarde certainly seems to harbor a deep and abiding hatred for Mr. Canis. However, I think you know what I'm going to say next. That alone is not sufficient proof that Warden Lagarde is the killer. I knew that wouldn't be enough. There's only one thing that will prove it. The real murder weapon that we now know must exist. And if you cannot prove your theory, then this conversation ends here. If we could just find the real murder weapon... How many times do we have to go over this? We searched the prison from top to bottom. Eustace is quite correct. No other possible murder weapon has been found, so I'm afraid you're at a bit of an impasse. I can still prove my case yet, Your Honor, because it's still here inside this prison. This would have made sure of that. A security gate? I'm glad you at least remember what it is. And you remember what it does? Of course I do! I'm not an idiot! A security gate detects metal, which means you can't bring anything metal into the prison or take it out. Oh! Precisely. If there's another murder weapon, it can also have been taken off the premises. It's inside the alligator, but nor could have been brought into the prison in the first place. And so we find ourselves right back where we began. Judge Cavell, what I'm trying to tell you, Mr. Edward, is that if you wish me to believe that there's another murder weapon here in the prison, you will also have to explain to me how it got here. Alright, we know that the chisel was smuggled into the prison inside a pocket chess set, but our contention is that the chisel is not the real murder weapon. So if the weapon came from outside the facility, then there must have been a way to bring it in. Yes, the question of the hour is this. Can you show me this alternate route? How did the weapon Warden Lagarde used get into the prison? He brought evidence from the police. Yes, sweetie, everything related to Connors is with me now. Heavens knows how many times I've heard this secretive scoundrel. Of course! That's how! The fact that this is here with us shows how a bladed object could have been brought into the facility as well.
Take that!
Nice thinking! That's a great way... Hold on, I was giving proof... I was using proof that there were other metal objects here. I guess it is the chisel. There's no way something made of metal could have gotten in here undetected after all? There is, and of all things coming into the prison that weren't brought by a visitor. I mean, yeah, the fact that the chisel is here. Or, what do you mean? The bell? Okay, yeah, the bell. That was my next guess.
Take that!
Oh, because it mentions it was evidence. Allow me to remind you of our conversation with Mr. Canis yesterday. Yes, it was but one of my bells. One of only two in existence. Two and only two. One for my knife and one for my beloved. Oh, the knife! That's right! It was on the knife, but now it's on the chisel. Which means the knife has to be in this prison somewhere. That's right. I forgot about that. So you see, there is a way for objects to be brought into the prison unscrutinized. As part of the evidence, Warden Lagarde borrowed from the police. What? Mr. Canis' knife was part of the evidence in the case against him, and that evidence was here in the prison. Not only that, but the knife had a certain bell attached to it. The bell that was attached to the chisel! Correct. The killer took the bell from the knife and attached it to the chisel. But that can't be right. The chisel only had Mr. Knight's fingerprints on it. Easy enough to explain if the killer wore gloves. She made it look as if the chisel was the murder weapon, and then attached the bell to it. In so doing, she made sure that all the evidence pointed to Mr. Canis. And who had access to the evidence from which the bell was taken? Why, only the person who had been entrusted. Who was it, sir? Who's been messing with the evidence? I believe that would be you. Isn't that correct, Warden Lagarde? The bell's not exactly rare, you know. Anybody could have set that up. Unluckily for you, that isn't quite true. These particular bells are unique, because there are only two of them in existence. By attaching the bell to the chisel, you as good as declared yourself the killer. But you don't have any proof that the knife was ever even here to begin with. I don't. Not yet, anyway. Mr. Winner, I'd like you to order another search of the prison right away. Huh? But if you do find something that's going to make things awkward for me, this isn't about what's convenient for you. We have to find the truth. You're a prosecutor, aren't you? Oh yeah, but, you know. That's a worthless excuse for a prosecutor. If I had investigative authority, I wouldn't be sitting on it. Anyhow, that's not my decision to make. The warden would have to authorize it. You know full well that she will not do no such thing. You have the power to insist on a search. Use it. Sorry, darling, but not without that evidence. The goddess of justice cannot bestow her blessings on those who lack the proof to support their claims. Our work here is done. The rest of this matter will have to be settled in the courtroom. Alligator! No! Your internet's being fuzzy? No, Kayla! Your internet! I tell it. Return to normal, you foul beast. If we give Lagarde an opportunity, she'll destroy whatever evidence is left. I have to object. I have to stop them. Search the alligator! Search the alligator! Search the alligator! Search the alligator! Stick a hand in its mouth or up its butt. I don't care which. No, I can't back down now. I've got to put everything on the line. I'm not a prosecutor right now. I'm an associate attorney with a client to defend. Even if my chances are 1,000,000 to 1, it's still with a shot. It's now or never. Should I object? I suppose this must be how a certain serial bluffer always feels. Regardless, I cannot walk away.
Objection!
Objection! Wait, Your Honor. Oh, this had better be good, Mr. Edgeworth. But it's cloaca? Yeah, but is the cloaca where its poop would end up going? Like, is there a way to reach it's the things that it's eaten from that direction? I've got it. Got what, exactly? The real murder weapon, of course. I know where Mr. Canis' knife is. Do you really, Mr. Edgeworth? I do. Not at all. If I did not know better, I would say that you were bluffing. You wound me, Your Honor. I don't know the meaning of the word. It's terrible for my heart. There's no way you could... It's not here, I tell you! Well, would you be so kind as to enlighten us? Where is the real murder weapon? Think, Miles, think! Somewhere not even a police would search. A blind spot in the zoo. A hiding place that the warden could be absolutely sure of. A hiding place? No. Yep, he's finally remembering where they hid the chisel the first time, and it was inside of Helmet. All the hole for exiting the body. Poop, pee, eggs, babies. Okay, up the cloaca then. Whoop! Does she use the same trick? No, that's ridiculous, isn't it? But the more I think about it, how many foolproof ways to evade detection could there be? Mr. Edgeworth, how long do you intend on keeping us waiting? There's the faintest possibility I'm right, but if I'm wrong, we stand to lose everything. Your Honor, this is where the real murder weapon is hidden. Right here. Right here.
Take that!
Here, in the yard. Indeed. I don't believe I understand. Would you care to explain a little more? Where exactly is it hidden? Over. Hi, Allie.
Take that!
Of course. That's what it must have been. The metal detector, sir? There's something in the alligator. I think it's got a filling. Or it ain't something bad. It's got too much iron in its blood. I'd like to remind you of this piece of evidence. The chisel. Didn't we just figure out that that isn't the murder weapon? You might recall that Mr. Canis hid this chisel in his dog's mouth. Would you believe that the real murder weapon was hidden in much the same way? That's right. The murder weapon is inside the alligator in that pond over there. What? No way! We detected the presence of a metallic object during our earlier investigation. Judge Cavell, we need to know what's inside that alligator. Understood. Then we will need to summon a veterinarian. I'm sure I could get the little sweetie to open up for us. I'd be happy to give it a try. Please, by all means. Warden the guard, the real murder weapon is about to be revealed. Why don't you do the right thing and confess? I have nothing to confess! As you wish. Then you can simply wait and watch as your lies are exposed. Sir, we got it! This has to be it. It's over, Fifi Lagarde. The real murder weapon was Bodhistar McCarmus' knife, making you the only person who could have killed Bronco Knight. I'm not the criminal here. And this is what Canis is doing. I did the right thing, and I was a threat. He was Canis' lapdog. Curse that despicable man, Canis. Why did he have to come in and ruin my perfect little home? We could have been happy forever if it wasn't for him. He ruined my paradise on Earth. He ruined everything. Curse him! Curse that pitiless butcher! That awful, terrible, despicable man! Curse him! Bye-bye, Fox. Hey, there they go. There will go all the other foxes, too. I had a feeling they were all foxes. And now we had proof. That's exactly what I was hoping for when she had her breakdown, that her coat would just poof apart. Prosecutor Thwinner, sir. Our test results have just come back. Thwinner? I guess we've all been under a lot of stress. Traces of Bronco Knight's blood were found on Mr. Constance's knife. Just like you said, sir, congratulations on a stunning victory. Thank you, officer. Excellent work. You can continue complimenting me if you like. Yes, sir. The winner wins again. I think I'm welling up a little with rage. Excellent work, Eustace. Just a few loose ends to tie up, and we're done. Eustace! You can't see it, ma'am, but I'm raising up a middle finger behind you. Oh, you turned around? Nope, we're good. Oh, you turned back around? You're not looking at me? You're not looking at me? I didn't do anything. Huh? What are you talking about? I just saw the case, didn't I? I just saw the case, didn't I? What do you mean you? What do you mean you saw the case? You goddamn motherfucking 17-year-old piece of shit. We've yet to confirm whether or not Knight really was working with Mr. Canis. It will be vital to know if Ward and the Guard was simply jumping to conclusions on that front. Huh? Huh? There's Clueless, and then there's you. Well, then I guess we'd better get back to our investigation. Yeah, because we have Eustace Winner. I know Eustace Bag from Courage the Cowardly Dog. Oh, nope, that's Eugene. I was about to say, wait, no, I know Eustace. Nope, but no, I don't. Do I know are there any other Eustaces that I can think of? I don't know any other Eustaces. Send help. You're about to see the winner win a whole lot more. Prepare to win his first-rate investigative talent in action! Well, sir, I'm right with you, sir. Can't wait to watch you at work, sir, and then be totally disillusioned because you're actually a fucking moron. It's winning time! So, I suspect this case will cause quite a stir. The attempted murder of a president is news enough, and now his would-be assassin has been murdered. But I never sought to kill the president in the first place! The truth is not always as important as it might seem, Mr. I hate you. We are members of the law! The truth is the most important part. Fuck you. In the eyes of both society and the law. How can you even say that? He purposely stomped on baby frogs? No! Oh my god, that's fucked up. You do not have to believe me. However, as a prosecutor, Mr. Edgeworth is obliged to accept that this is the reality of the world he operates in. Being a prosecutor is about more than proving people guilty. That's what I believe. We are all free to believe as we choose, but the law is not to be toyed with for our own personal goals. I don't know if you've met rich people, or the government, or anyone in a position of power. That's exactly what it's there for. 100% the law is there for the people in power to toy with it for their own personal goals. We, the citizens, cannot mess with it for our own personal goals. Unless you're rich. If you refuse to accept this, then you must prepare to suffer the consequences. What does that even mean? Wait, you're not gonna take this? I'm afraid I must be going now. Farewell, Mr. Edgeworth. I don't like you. Like, maybe by the end of this game, I'll like you more, but I don't like you. There must be only one set of laws for everyone. Yeah, but guess what? There isn't! Cops, not all lawyers. Like, not all lawyers toy with it. Like, there are I feel like not all lawyers is better than not all cops, because cops suck and they're all part of it together. But, like, lawyers are all separate entities. I've seen plenty of good lawyers. Anyways. What was I saying? But yeah, everyone messes with it, but yeah, they can. They can mess with it a little bit. But yeah. Technically, Edgeworth was messing with the law before, and so was Von Karma. But, well, everyone got mad at them for that. Everyone doesn't. But if following the law means sacrificing the truth, can I really do that in good conscience? How about you become a politician and change the law? Oh, you don't do that? You just become chief prosecutor, a position that maybe has some power, but also doesn't. Simeon, you're out! Hi, Regina. Is everything alright? They did let you out, right? Yeah? I'm so confused about what's going on. Some guy just came and said I was free to go, and that I have Mr. Edgeworth to thank. You sure do. Mr. Edgeworth found out who the real killer is. Wow, really? You did that for me, Mr. Edgeworth? Oh, no, stop staring at me like that. I'm innocent, I swear. Don't pull the rug out from under me now. Stop it, silly. It's true. He saved you, so say thanks already. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Thank you. And a great big Regina Berry thank you for me, too. Mrs. Saint talking directly to me. Small victories, I suppose. Can I just ask one question, Mr. Attorney? Sure. I'm not actually an attorney, though. I thought Bronco was my friend. No, my best friend. I trusted him, but now... Well, it's just... I never knew. I never would have believed that he could hate somebody enough to want to kill them. If he kept something like that from me, then he never really trusted me, did he? It's not true, Simeon. Of course he trusted you. No, he didn't. If he just told me, I could have stopped him. I could have told him that hate never helps, that he had to let go of all that stuff. Mr. Saint, I think you're forgetting something. I should show him the thing that night proves they trusted him.
Take that!
It's the chess set I brought for him. Knight had hidden a chisel inside. I imagine he meant to use it to escape. What? You mean he was using me? No. He believed in you. He knew he could count on you to bring it, and that you would never be so untrusting as to look inside. I imagine that by not telling you, he was hoping he could keep you from getting caught up in his mess. Oh! Bronco! Why didn't you tell me? At least you understand now, right, Simeon? I'm sure he does. He may not show it, but Simeon's no dummy. A good night's sleep and he'll be completely over this whole thing by tomorrow. That's not as complimentary as you think it is. I'll try. I have to. For Bronco, I have to show him I can become the best animal trainer out there. That's the spirit. Hey, Ratatouille, motherfucker. Anyways. Oh, I almost forgot. We're doing a new show soon. I'd love it if you could come, Mr. Edgeworth. Okay. Who wants to guess that this guy on the poster, that guy right there, with the, who's just tits out, this twink, he's either going to be the next murderer or the next murdered. Or the next defendant. He could be any of the three. He's definitely going to be important in the next one. I'll be joining Regina on stage for this one. That's right. The Berry Big Circus is the biggest, most fabulous event in town. You'll have oodles of fun. Sounds great, doesn't it, Mr. Edgeworth? Come on, we have to go. Well, I'll think about it. All right, Simeon. We've got some training to do. I think it's time you and Regent got acquainted. What? Regent the Tiger? No way, I can't, no. You'll be fine, silly. I'll never meet a nicer kitty cat. Simeon's gonna be, the client again. Woo! Hi, Maya, or Monica. Sorry, I read like the first couple letters and then my brain stopped. Monica, I'm so sorry. How you doing? Please, Regina, anything but that, please! It's possible, like, here's the thing. I also just said he could be any of the three. I think he's going to be the victim. My guess is he's going to be the victim, and poor Simeon's going to be on the client again. Now, that being said, that could also be case 4, not case 3. Maybe something happens in the middle. Another satisfied customer. You didn't fucking do anything. Well, that was really something, Smiles. Talk about pulling it out of the bag. Is the poster guy? No, because the guy looked more like a magician than an animal tamer. Couldn't have done it without you, Fenda. Not your timely intervention, she would have gotten away. Hydrate indeed. Yeah, I'm postured, I promise. Besides, I have you to thank for even being able to investigate the case in the first place. Oh, stop it. Pat me on the back any harder and you're gonna make me blush. Or topple over. I suppose it would be asking too much for you to take this seriously. Seriously? Miles, my friend, I'm always serious. Anyway, how does it feel to save an innocent client? That's what it means to be an attorney, after all. To be an attorney. Gotta say, I had a blast. Reminded me of the good old days. My Gregory was standing right there beside me. It's been like a zillion years since I felt this warm and fuzzy on the job. That's good, but it's sweet. I'm not sure. Say, Miles, you ever thought about going to the defense game full time? Excuse me. You know, pick up where Gregory left off. Get out there and actually help people. Hey, pal, don't get any big ideas. Mr. Edgeworth ain't about to switch sides. This ain't about sides, Gummy. We're all on the same side of the truth here. Why not? Coming over to the light side's all the rage. Everybody's doing it these days. Come on, Mr. Fender, you know it's not about that. Chill, team, chill. Don't get it twisted. I was just asking a perfectly innocent question. Oh, you weren't. The heck you were! Looks like you got a mean defense team there yourself, Miles. Fender, I'm a prosecutor. Yep, and I'm an attorney. You could be one too. I'm serious. Well, I've said my piece. You change your mind, you know who to call. I'll be waiting. Hello, Godzilla. How you doing? Follow in my father's... I hope everyone's having a good week. I hope everyone's enjoying themselves. Could I really do such a thing? I'm going to become a defense attorney, just like my dad. You're a year older? Happy birthday, Godzilla. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. And that's as far as that's going. An attorney, like my father. Me? Is this the first time we actually get a really good look at Gregory Edgeworth? I don't know if we've ever, I don't even think in the very first game when we talked about his murder again, that he was really shown. Hooray, we finally did episode 2! You're not having a good week? Well, I'm glad that we can make it a little bit better. The world is, things can be rough, but we're here to, we're here to chill out and relax and forget about all that. Turnabout Legacy. Okay, yeah, so there's gonna be 5 episodes. I have a feeling this is gonna be, it feels like this is actually going to, that episode 3 here is going to be going way back in time to when Gregory was still alive, and we're gonna play a case as him. I'm not sure what's gonna happen here. And then our finally taking Eustace down a few notches. Now Rika can eat? No, not yet. I want to keep going. I want to go. Look, this game is long enough that we're going to have a bunch of more streams. I might as well start this next episode and get a little bit into it, and then we'll call it. Your 3 p.m. cake extravaganza. What shall we make today, kids?
And Judy's Bake and Bake.
I wasn't expecting voice acting. Macarons, waffles with cream, chiffon cakes that are light as a dream. Laugh and sting, smile, it's true. All that sweetness waiting for you. What? Where? Over there. The oven's got something special to share. Ping. Now let's see what we've got for you. It's cooking time. Are you ready to make something special together? Hello? What happened? Oh, talk about a blast from the past. Hey, Gregory. I'm going back there tomorrow with your boy. Finally going to find out what happened 18 years ago. 18 years ago. April 2nd, 10:05 a.m. Zodiac Hall. Fountain Room. What the hell are we doing here? Well, Defender, are you finally going to tell me what we're doing here? Why have you brought me to an art gallery of all places? Hey, you had nothing going on. Seemed like the perfect chance to come and enjoy the magic of star signs stuff together. I'm a Leo. I'm leaving. Chill, big guy, I'm just joking. You know about the IS-7 incident, yeah? Your old man's last case? Of course. Von Gamma took great pleasure in showing me the files as soon as I became a prosecutor. And I reviewed them again last night after your invite, see? I was also present at the trial all those years ago, although my memories of it are somewhat hazy. 18 years ago would have put Eddie Fender right at 18 years old. Why are these motherfuckers coming out of high school and being lawyers? Where's your college? Where's your law degree? Where's your bar exam? Then again, I guess there was also, in fucking, which game was it? Dual Destinies, when we found out that there's basically a high school for law people. As a child, I was completely in awe of my father. The sight of him in court was inspirational. Gregory Edgeworth, attorney at law, and opposite him, the man who had become my mentor, Manfred von Karma, was quite a case. However, it ended with the conviction of the accused. Ah, so you were there too? You were in the courtroom for Gregory's final outing? Oh, that'd make explaining things easier. I wanted you to know something, see? That something being what really went down. How the truth in those files, but the capital T truth. It was 18 years ago, smack dab in the middle of a real doozy of a winter. Right before Gregory died, and on Christmas Eve. The buildings were covered with a blanket of snow. It looked like the streets were lined with popsicles. But things weren't so innocent behind those frozen doors. Facts and pretty sordid stuff went down. That was back before yours truly was the fine figure of an attorney you see before you today. 18 years ago. December 24th, 5 p.m. Detention Center. Visitors room. Hey, this is the day when this is just a few hours before Gregory Edgeworth dies. It was on Christmas Eve, right? Or was it Christmas Day? It was one of those two. Hey, Mr. E, this one really came out of the blue, huh? It did. They recalled him before the ink on the arrest papers were even dry. My name is Gregory Edgeworth. I'm a defense attorney. I'm here visiting a client with my assistant, Eddie Fender. A murder on Christmas Eve? Oh, what's the world coming to? In the dark of the night, at the end of the day, I saw two timely savers a-comin' my way. Welcome, my friends, to the visitor's room. And if we're not friends yet, I'm sure we will be soon. Whoa! Talk about it. He's fucking doing the fucking hands on the guard. Thank you, guard, for getting in on the fun. Talk about an entrance. I was not expecting that. Neither was I. Sorry if I surprised you. I'm just so happy to see you both. In the dark of the night, she'll be mine. I haven't seen that movie in a million years. Jazz hands. Very good. Thanks so much for coming out. Seriously, I can't thank you enough. You're the accused, I take it? I am. I look like I came straight out of a JoJo cartoon. JoJo. Look at me. Might as well call me Joseph Joestar. Or some other thing that has Joe in it. Don't worry, we'll figure it out together. Gregory Edgeworth, attorney at law, at your service. He does look like a JoJo character. I'm not crazy, right? I look forward to representing you. This is my assistant, Eddie Fender. I think it is on Disney Plus, but also, you know, there's ways to get around that. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. He looks like a JoJo. Do I need to pull up a reference of how insane the JoJo, of how detailed the JoJos always look? Pleased to meet you, sir. I'll do everything I can to help. Mojo Jojo. I'm sure people have drawn Mojo Jojo as a JoJo. That's probably very funny. Come now, Edward. Calm down, please. You'll have to forgive him. He's still new to this. He's been helping me out part-time, but he's far from fully fledged lawyer material yet. Nonetheless, I'm hoping you'll be of some assistance in investigating the particulars of this case. Gregory and Eddie, it's an honor to meet you both. My job as a defense attorney is to save my clients from wrongful convictions. So the first thing to do is establish whether or not he is truly innocent. Perhaps we begin by having you tell us a little about yourself. Mojo Jojo style. That's really funny. Well, what am I thinking? I haven't even told you my name! I'm Samson Tangaroa. 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 I guess that's real. I'm trying to figure out if there's a joke in your name somewhere, sir. No, I don't know. Huh, it really is you! Samson Tangaroa, the world's greatest confectioner? You flatter me, my young friend, and call me Samson. Well, my pals do. Wow! Thanks, Samson. I will. I can't believe I'm meeting you in person. Seems Eddie knows something of our client. A mystery! Mystery! It's the Samson Tangaroa, the singing, dancing, confectionery making sensation. What shall we make today, kids? Macarons, waffles, and cream. Chiffon cakes that are light as a dream. Laugh and sing, smile, it's true. All that sweetness waiting for you. Look there, what? Where? Over there. The oven's got something special to share. Now let's see what we've got for you. Jazz hands. I almost started dancing along. No way! I got to sing with Samson Tangaroa. Oh, this is a dream come true. Thanks, little pal. It means a lot to hear you say that. My apologies, but I think we need to discuss the matter at hand. Stands or use Haman? The problem is, Haman disappeared after, like, seriously, it was, here's JoJo 1, here's JoJo 2, and they both used Haman. Here's JoJo 3, and now we have stands. Even, hey, remember JoJo 2? He's still around. He has a stand now. Haman, don't worry about it. Doesn't matter. We're never gonna bring it, we're gonna bring it up every now and then. Don't worry about it. But no, we have stands. So I would say stands. Just because it's what JoJo is known for now. Hydrate, will do. JoJo is known for its stands now, so I highlight, so, like, I just have to say that it's, that's what it is. Of course, I'm sure you're both very busy. And the Afro guy from Excel Saga, that one I don't know. I don't know Excel Saga. Alright, who would you like me to start? So you're not just a confectioner, but also a singer and a dancer? I should have! When I'm having fun, my body just starts moving. I must really enjoy making desserts. Wouldn't be much of a confectioner if I didn't. I live to make sweets that will bring joy to others. Hey, they're not just things. Oh, they're works of art. Like that guy on TikTok. What's TikTok? It's something you'll know about in like 30 years. Don't worry. Sparkling, dazzling, mouth-watering creations. Oh, the stuff that dreams are made of. I mean, like, I think they mentioned Haman again at some point in the... I've only read up through JoJo 6, because afterwards I'm like, yeah, maybe I'm done. Like, this was stupid, but at least it was kind of fun stupid, but like, nah, I'm good, I don't need 7. I don't need JoJo 7. Ricola. So he aims to create joyous and inspirational pieces, does he? Sir, have you ever made a dragon or swan or anything out of pure chocolate? Or like, have you ever made strawberries out of strawberries? It sounds a lot crazier than it's a lot crazier than it sounds, trust me. I understand that the incident in question happened at your mansion. It did! We were holding an international confectionery contest there when a body was found inside of one of my creations. Oh my god, you made a big old ship and treasure chest out of chocolate. Never mind. Okay, you're definitely, his name is French or something, so I don't know how to pronounce it. Chocolate guy. You really are just chocolate guy. Inside one of your, no way! And the detective in charge placed me under arrest because of it, and now here I am. But I could never take a life. Never! I'm sure the police will see that too in time. They'll realize their mistake. I know B. Dylan Hollis, and I know Amari fuck. What was it? Amari Grishan. It is French. I was right about that. How do I pronounce your name? Anyways, yes, I do also know B. Dylan Hollis, the twink who likes to bake. And over time, he's just gotten more and more innuendo heavy, and it's really funny. I sure hope so. And what can you tell us about the victim? His name is Artie Frost. He was taking part in the contest. Mr. Frost was a wonderful confectioner. His creations were things of real beauty. Swiss French? Okay, that also makes sense. I'll be real. I don't know. I try to know things, but I don't know things. I just don't understand. Why did he have to die? I'm sorry. He seems genuinely upset over the victim's death. I think I have a pretty good measure of the man now. Mr. Tangaroa, just one last thing I need to confirm with you. You didn't kill Mr. Frost, correct? Correct. I swear to you I didn't do it. Yeah, B. Dylan Hollis is the one who finds old-ass recipes, and it's just like, let's see if this ends up being any good. And if it's good, then his ears do the thing where they rise up, and if it's not good, his whole body just like sinks in. Just like, ugh. I was about to say, yeah, he's the twink. He seems quite sincere. Alright, I'm going to take you at your word. Thank you for being so forthright with me. Likewise, it's good to talk to somebody other than those detectives, even if you do dress like one. We'll enter the scene of the crime and see what we can learn. I'll be in touch when we have something more to tell you. Goodbye, Gregory! Goodbye, Eddie. I'm counting on you both. I do not know Mr. Sausage. Wait, no, hold on. Fuck, hold on. Is Mr. Sausage the guy that turns everything into sausage? Because if so, I have unfortunately seen some of those. I was watching the streamer I've watched like some VODs of this streamer named Onsta. And she has a thing where sometimes they get played. I think it was Onsta where they sometimes got played and it's like, what the fuck? It's pretty cold out there, huh, Mr. E? I never saw so much snow. Yes, and it doesn't seem like you'll be letting up anytime soon. But just look at this place. What a sweet house Samson's got. It's huge. Yeah, it's big enough to hold an international confectionery contest, no less. Welcome, welcome, everyone. Come on in and we'll have us some fun. Oh no! Are you alright? I'm sorry. Would you happen to be Mr. Gregory Edgeworth by any chance? I would. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Eddie Fender, Mr. Edgeworth's assistant. Mr. Edgeworth, Mr. Fender, welcome to our humble abode. I don't think there's anything humble about this, I'm gonna be real. Judy Bound, it's an honor to meet you both. I'm the housekeeper here, and Mr. Tangaroa's assistant. I like your hair. You're no housekeeper, you're Judy Bound, the Judy Bound. You know a little something about work. A little. I watch you on TV every chance I get. I'm Bacon Bob's biggest fan. That's very kind of you to say so. We'd be nothing without our fans. And what might Bacon Bob be? It's only the biggest show on TV. Every kid on the planet loves it. The dynamic duo, Samson and Judy, make delicious sweet stuff, all while singing and dancing. Like this. Check it out. What shall we make today, kids? Cookie dough, caramel too. Fluffy show cream tiramisu. Everyone, come along. Bacon treats with a smile and a song. Oh, where who? There it's true. The oven's got something special for you. Just take a bite and you will see. There we go. That was a wonderful performance, Mr. Fender. Bravo! I dance along every time I watch the show. Perhaps Miles might enjoy it too. I'll suggest it later. Too bad I'll never get the chance. Oh, this dancing really takes it out of a guy. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm the world's worst hostess. Here, I'll relax the body and mind quite like a cup of tea. Ah, this is Ceylon, correct? It's delicious. The citrus aroma said to improve one's ability to concentrate, as I recall. Interesting. So this is what Ceylon tea tastes like, huh? How odd. The saucer's cold. Yes, it's so that the tea cools down more quickly, I'm afraid. Some of the guests don't like it too hot. I see. These teacups are very unique, too. The design is really something. You could almost cut yourself on these. Think so? Thank you so much. I ordered them all the way from France. They're my absolute favorite. They were designed by a marvelous sculptor named Paul Halleck. Have you heard of him? Oh, he makes the most amazing tableware in the world. You're clearly a big fan of his work. Oh, I am! Oh, these teacups are my greatest treasure. She's certainly not afraid to show when she's passionate about something. If you don't mind, Miss Bound, I'd like to move on to the reason why we're here. Can you tell us everything you know about the unfortunate incident that occurred earlier? Of course. I'm sorry for getting so distracted. I guess I'm still in shock. Because I'm the one who found the body, you see. You discovered the victim? Is it true that the body was recovered from inside one of Mr. Tangaroa's creations? It is. We were in the middle of the contest's final judgment phase when the sound of something big collapsing from Samson's room. Halik? Samson? Are you in here? Ah! I opened the door and went inside, and there is Mr. Frost's body. Thank you. I'm sorry to make you relive such a traumatic experience. I think nothing of it, please. Only wish I had more to tell you. Now, if you don't mind, Miss Bound, I'd like to begin our investigation of the crime scene. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, Mr. Fender, you have to say Samson. He's no murderer. He can never do something like that. Of course. Leave it to us, Miss Bound. Oh, thank you so much. I'll go serve the others the tea, then. Come, Eddie, to the scene of the crime. Yes, sir, Mr. E. Dad! Oh my god, it's so good to see you again. Holy shit, is that all chocolate? This really is Chocolate Guy. Like, I want to see Chocolate Guy make this, including the sails out of chocolate. They have to. Get some white chocolate, he'll just stretch it out and he can do it. I'm sure that he can. Guess what? The Widow Peak just got worse as time went on. No way! Everything in this room's made out of chocolate. Oh. There's even a sextant, a globe, a diary, a compass, a telescope. All that is chocolate. Jesus Christ. Wild. I can't believe I'm getting to see so many of Samson's creations this up close and personal. I might be more excited myself if the room wasn't a murder scene. Ugh. Just hearing you say that sends a shiver down my spine. The candelabra, where? Oh, and the candelabra. Jesus, you're right. Oh my god, and the painting. The barrels? Probably. Wouldn't surprise me. There's also the ship's wheel up on the... Dear God. That might just be the temperature in here. It's rather cold to keep everything from melting. Yeah, now that you mention it, it is pretty achoo! Wow, that was such a strong fake frame. Or such fake sneeze that I threw my headphones off. Defense on the scene already? That was fast. A pleasure to meet you. Gregory Edgeworth. I'm representing Mr. Tangaroa. This is my assistant, Eddie Fender. Nice to meet you. Bad. Detective Tyrell Bad. Detective in charge is named Bad. Man, a few words. Oh, something about this just doesn't taste right. Eddie, I wish this was a thing that you still did 18 years from now, but why are you doing this now? Like, did you just swallow it? You're eating your notepaper. Judy's only 16? She seems older than that. Samson's 39, okay. He likes to chew over his thoughts, rather literally, I'm afraid. Helps him digest and remember them. That's a little quirk of his, please try to ignore it. Although I'd be the first to admit that's easier said than done. With introductions out of the way, Detective Bad, would you mind if we joined you in investigating the scene? Sorry, not gonna happen. What? How come? Mr. Edgeworth and Mr. Tangaroa is attorney. Yeah, and attorneys will do anything to get him off the hook. Even put words in their client's mouth. You think I need that on my crime scene? Mr. Edgeworth would never do something like that. I don't trust attorneys, okay, kid? Rude and wrong. Detective, you established my client's opposed guilt based on an investigation of the crime scene, correct? That's usually how it works, yeah. What of it? Then extend me the same courtesy. I believe he is innocent, and I would like the chance to prove it. You believe he's innocent, and you didn't even see the scene yet? That's some flimsy lawyering. That's exactly why I wish to see the scene for myself. I need to ensure that my belief is based on solid evidence and sound reasoning. You about to tell me you're not leaving until I let you look over the scene? I am.
Bark.
Fine. Knock yourself, Zara. And why did you bark just now? That was Eddie. Sorry, I do that when I get nervous. Bark! Thank you, Detective. But I'm coming around with you. Like I said, I don't trust attorneys. Would you stop barking? Sorry, bark! It's like the hiccups, bark! If you're good with that, go ahead and get to it. I was a lollipop this whole time? Bark! I must admit, I didn't see that coming either. I saw it coming because I knew this guy from the first Ace Attorney Investigations game that we already finished. I need you to take notes, Eddie. On it, Mr. E. Bark! Let's get this over with. Alright, first place to start with, obviously. So this is where the body was discovered.
Bark.
Yeah. Bark! I took it away already, but everything else is just how we found it. It appears the body was inside the treasure chest. Yeah, one by the name of Bound found it.
Bark.
Bark! Samson, are you in here? Scream! Seems she heard something breaking and came in to see what it was. If only we had just a little more information.
Bark.
There's something else in here. Huh, it's Bark! It looks like a seal of some kind. Somebody's initials and an intricate shape carved into it. It looks...
Bark.
PH, maybe? Bark! Will you quit your yapping? I'm sorry, sir. This is how I am at a crime scene. Bark! Anyways, PH is my guess. Because it looks like the kind of thing it looks more like a stamp because, like, otherwise it doesn't make any sense. It's on a snowflake. Oh, maybe, never mind, this might be Frost. Artie Frost. Not that the initials look right. And for making those fancy wax things on documents, think it belonged to the victim? No idea, but it's gonna get logged
Meow.
anyway, so I'll take that. Alright, kid, what the hell was that about?
Bark.
I make that noise when I log a clue, sir. I go meow. You eat paper, you bark, you meow. What the hell's wrong with you, kid? I don't know, but I was dropped on my head as a baby. Real story about the streamer that you're watching right now.
Bark.
Bark, 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 bark. In case anyone wants to not be surprised, yes, I was in fact dropped on my head as a baby. Down the stairs. Fun times.
Bark.
Bark! That's really rather impressive, making an entire ship out of chocolate. Samson Tangaroa for you! Don't you just want to take a big bite out of it? Oh, which part of our first, though? That's the real head scratcher, you know? Bite any part of it, kid, and you'll be off this crime scene so fast your head will spin. Hey, it was just a joke. Stop staring at me like that.
Bark.
Wild. The way that it was recounted to me is I was little baby, right? There I am, little baby, mother holding me, about to take me down the stairs. And there's my older brother, who's a little over a year older than me. Right there at her side, being like, hold me too,
Yeah.
basically, even without words, just wanting to be held too. She's like, alright, fine. She goes to pick him up, tries to start walking down, and bam, and there's a trip, there's a fall. She hits the ground, or she hits the stairs, and it's mostly fine.
Squawk.
Kid, why are you squawking now? Oh, no, that's just something I do for fun. My brother, apparently, supposedly, my brother goes bounce, bounce, bounce on his butt. He goes bounce, 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 and I go bounce, bounce, bounce on my
Bark.
head. Isn't that fun? You ever go bounce, bounce, bounce on your head? Apparently, it's not a good thing. I do sometimes wish Eddie could keep us cool a little better. One of the stands for the ship is broken.
Bark.
Bark, 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 bark. The ship must have collapsed onto the treasure chest and smashed it
Bark.
open. Wait, do you think... Could that be how the victim died?
Squawk.
Was he crushed by the ship? What is happening here, Fluffy? Thank you for all the
Meow.
bits, though. If he was, this becomes an accidental death and not a
Bark.
murder. You too serious? Don't worry, Detective. For the moment, we're simply discussing a possibility. I was being serious, though. Detective, can you tell us a little more about the state of the victim's body? Let me see. Got a picture here someplace. You can see for yourselves. Death was from blunt force trauma. And what about the weapon? Has it been found yet? You can ask the prosecutor in charge about that. The detective's not one for sharing much, I see.
Potato.
Potato! Would you mind if we borrow this? Don't get off my nose, it's not like it's official. Bellen took it with an instant camera when she found the body. An instant camera? Like it's disposable
Tomato.
or something? No, it means that it develops the pictures right there and then when you take them. No way! Sounds pretty convenient. That's older. Okay. That's the old style camera. Okay. Now then, in other words, she took a Polaroid. My facts straight and takes down some notes of my own. There's something in this picture that contradicts with the current crime scene. I can call on my power of deductions to figure out why.
Tobacco.
Tobacco? Okay, now what's wrong? The victim's body was... Let's see here. Ah, I see what's wrong. It's the top of the treasure chest. It's in the wrong spot.
Salad.
Expect anything that catches my attention. Because now if we go to look at it, yeah. This part's wrong?
Eureka!
Tomoko. Guacamole.
I'm certain there's something missing that ought to be here. Yeah, I
Nachos.
need to look at the picture again. Okay. Oh, the anchor. Nope, anchor's there. A tarp? Maybe? Oh, I also haven't looked over here, I guess. It's titled Voyage of the Red Rover. After sailing the seven seas, the legendary ship happens upon a
Steak,
great treasure
medium
at
with
last.
garlic butter and bacon wrap. Chili cheese fries.
What the hell? Are y'all trying to make me hungry? Is that just what we're doing now? Is that the change that we've gone? This piece is a tribute to the adventurous spirit of our ancestors. Who knew? They sailed 6 whole seas before they found anything. Not exactly the luckiest crew
Taco.
up there. So you gotta take a bunch of wrong turns before you find the truth. So being a real detective is all about. They even have detectives back in those days. Anyways, back to this picture. So we're missing the tarp. But beyond that, the only thing that's... And the blood, I guess? I don't know.
Eureka!
Barbecue ribs.
Okay, now that one doesn't get me as much because I'm not much of a meat on bone I'm not much of a ribs person. Was very kind and brought you lunch today. Italian beef, nice. Fine selection of nautical paraphernalia. You think one of them could be the murder weapon? No,
Jerky.
they're all made out of chocolate. You'd have a hard time bludgeoning somebody to death with one of them. Shh. Can't tell what's real in here. They really do look genuine. I can
Biscuit
hardly
and
tell the
gravy.
difference myself. Yes, see, here's the thing. I like boneless anything compared to bone-in. A, because it's 1,000
Pancakes.
times easier to eat. And B, because it's easier to actually get all of the meat. Like, if I have a chicken wing or whatever and it has got a bone on it, it's like, there's going to be a bunch of fucking meat that I miss. And also, I don't like holding it. It's a pain in the ass. I don't like the way that... Give me big old chicken tenders and some dipping sauce. And we're good.
Boneless
test-
buffalo wings.
That does sound good. I have pizza in the fridge, though, so just... Excuse me, sir. And you are? Why do you have a scar that matches your hat? Okay. Sorry.
Whole rotisserie chicken.
Nah, that one's fine. You can keep that one. What should his voice be? Sorry, meditating. Did you want something, detective? Oh, I'm an attorney, not a detective. Gregory Edgeworth. Pleasure to meet you. And I'm his assistant, Andy Fender. I see. Name's Carmelo Gusto.
Baked
I'm a
potato with the
confectioner.
works.
Ooh, now that does sound good. I like a good baked potato with sour cream and bacon. Some other stuff. And cheese. Here for the contest. You are? What's your specialty, Mr. Gusto? How did you...
Hummus.
I just... You... But it was... Sir? Sir, I love it? Sir, that was amazing. Can you do that again? Lots of air and sugar. Oh,
Arnold
way.
Palmer.
Look at that. That's a little baby seahorse. It's a dragon. A noble soaring creature of the sky. Now that's...
Boneless fruit.
Days without Futurama reference. That does remind me, there is a Futurama reference moment at work today. where one of my
Moscow
coworkers
Mule.
was like, switch places, and then at the same time we both went, change places! That's a dragon? It does look more aquatic than airborne. No need to sugarcoat it. My design sense is weak. I know that better than
White
anybody.
Russian.
That's why I'm heading to Zhang Fa when this is all over. I need to train hard. Perhaps we should get off the subject of the design sense for now. So what are you doing in here, Mr. Gusto? I don't think they were allowing civilians on the scene yet. Detective wanted to know about
Mudslide.
one of the pieces in here. Makes sense, seeing as he's a contestant. Perhaps I should ask him a few questions of my own. I still want to find out what the hell's happening here. And then we'll go talk to him.
Mojito. Fuzzy Navel.
Excuse you, I like a margarita. Thank you.
Eureka!
I prefer a margarita. Thank you. Especially a frozen strawberry one. That's the best.
Sonic Screwdriver.
Okay, actually, screwdrivers are also good. What the hell else is missing?
Straight Moonshine.
I feel like nothing's actually missing. Bad, how do you... How she should ask a straight question. Here's the thing, I can't ask straight questions or give straight answers. I am physically incapable.
Game Moonshine.
Exactly. Because, you know, Game Moonshine sounds a lot better. I feel like you guys are just having your own little... I don't know if this is a contest or what. This little table right here, along with some kitchen utensils. The same design as the one Miss Bounce surfaced a while earlier. You think Samson could have been drinking the tea out of that? A pot and cup are destined for prints. His were the only ones they found. That's the case for the utensils too. Everything else had been washed, so there weren't any prints to find. And if Mr. Tungaro was wearing gloves while he was working on his confectionaries, that could explain why prints were only found on the teapot and cup. Okay, here's what I think we're gonna do. I think this is a perfect time to call it before we start talking to this guy. I think we're gonna end it right there. And I'm going to say thank you all so much for joining me. I hope you all enjoyed it. Dear God, we finally made it to episode 3. How long will it take to get to episode 4? Nobody knows. But thank you all so much for joining me for today. Thank you, Bree, for the raid if you're still here, and if not, whatever. Let's see. What else might be going on? What have we got? Let's see what we have. Zara Zavazaz
Thank
playing...
you for streaming.
Yeah. Thank you. I feel like I need to bump that up just a smidge. So it's not just one pin every time anymore. I wasn't expecting this, but that's fine. Once this ad finishes. Ugh. But thank you all so much for joining me. Saturday, Digimon. Sunday, get ready, because we're playing Sly 4. Get ready, it's coming. There's no stopping it. It's gonna happen. It's about time indeed. It is annoyingly about time. But until then, we're gonna raid out... Actually, that feels like... That's fine. So do I want to do Atelier? Do I want to do... No, you know what? Let's do this. We'll raid Carrarium, who's playing more Kaizo Mario. Thank you all so much for joining me. I'll see you later. Let me see if I can spell this correctly. I think I did. I did. We're good. And I'll see you all next time. Bye, y'all. Have a great rest of your week.